Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
Tell me where you might go.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you? I really
Wanna know you. Come and talk to me.
come and talk to me. You ain't gotta
Hide from me. Oh.
I really wanna meet you.
Can I talk to you? Come and talk to me.
I really wanna know you.
I really wanna be yours, be yours. Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
I can feel your energy.
So deep. Can I talk to you?
I really wanna know you.
Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. I really wanna know your heart.
Your heart, come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
Tell me what you've been through.
Can I talk to you? I really wanna know you. Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
You can put your trust in me, in me.
I really wanna meet you.
Can I talk to you? Come and talk to me. I really wanna know you.
I really wanna hear you speak.
Speak to me. Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
I can feel your energy.
So sweet. Can I talk to you? I really wanna know you. Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me.
I really wanna be your peace.
Your peace.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
Tell me where your mind goes.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you?
I really wanna know you.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
You ain't gotta hide from me, no.
I really wanna meet you. Can I talk to you?
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna know you.
I really wanna be yours.
Be yours.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me. I can feel your energy. So sweet.
Can I talk to you?
I really wanna know you. Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna know your heart, your heart.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
Tell me what you've been through.
Yeah, yeah. Can I talk to you? I really wanna know you. Come and talk to me.
Come Come and talk to me.
You can put your trust in me. I really wanna meet you.
Can I talk to you?
Come and
What up? What up? What up? What's going on, y'all? We got a special episode today, man. I know this is a relatively new podcast, but we got a special person on here. This is somebody that I hit them up like 4 years ago. I think it was like 2022, like 4 years ago, and I don't even know what I was doing then, but I know I didn't have like a serious platform. And I just said like, yo, one day I wanna come out there and chop it up with y'all because they was talking that shit, man. They had the podcast, and I just like everything that they was talking about. I'm like, yo, one day I want to come chop it up with y'all. And he said he bet for sure. We set that up one day, and I just hit him up the other day from 4 years ago, and I'm like, yo, remember 4 years ago, I told you I wanted to chop it up with y'all, and I'm ready now. I got my platform set up, and he was like, all right, cool, let's do it Thursday. I'm like, oh shit, that was fast, right? So that's super thorough. Like that was super thorough. Kept his word, and here we are, man. Well, Trill AC. That's what it's Trill AC.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm great, brother. I can't complain at all, man. Damn, a whole lot of time to pass, ain't it?
Yeah, man. A whole lot of time. I'm sure you get a lot of DMs too, cause your stuff be popping, man. I'm sure you get a lot of DMs. So yeah, like you responded to that joint fast, man. I appreciate that.
Nah, for sure, bro. I just respect the grind, bro. Like I say, I was scanning through the page, I was seeing the grind, even dating back to the end. I just scrolled back through the messages and read and seeing the progress, what you done built, bro. That's what I respect. Be a lot of people like,
Yeah,
oh, you only collab with somebody that got a big following. There's a lot of people that like think like that. I don't really think like that. Like if I like the subject of what you're talking about, and I see you consistent, which is the most important thing in this game.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for it, bro. Any part I could play in helping it, I'm here to do that.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate that. That's like I said, that's super thorough. A lot of people ain't like that, man. Some people would have saw that DM and was like, nah, I got too much money flowing in. I ain't gonna waste my time, you know.
Nah, for sure.
But how the week going, man? I know you're a busy guy. How everything going this week?
Man, that's a chaos. It's 100 miles an
Mm,
hour, bro. I'm trying to get ready. We're gonna hit Invest Fest next week, so I'm trying to get all outfits together and all of the details and everything. Try to knock out some pods while I'm out there in Atlanta. So trying to get all of those scheduled, and yeah, I just been maybe 100 miles an hour. Still trying to make content in the process of that. So yeah,
dang, that's a lot, but it's what we sign up for, right?
I say you can't you can't complain about blessings, brother.
Yeah,
That ain't how it work.
dad, husband. You got other businesses going, most likely. Other things you got going on, and then you gotta do your content, keep your fans happy, and then you gotta continue to build. I see you on
Mhm.
tonight's conversation, man. How's that going for you? You like that? You enjoy it?
Yeah, it's smooth, man. That's why I joke with Ace all the time. I say, bro, it's the easiest job I ever had. All I
Mm,
gotta do is show up and just talk.
just be
That's
you.
it. You know what I mean? So that type of shit. But I done seen it jam up certain people, bro. Everybody ain't built for that stage with 3,000, 4,000 people looking at you like say something profound to me. I done paid all of this money. I
Yeah,
done seen a lot of people go up there and fold under that under that pressure, man. But
man.
when you are who you are, it's gonna translate to whatever room you're in. So that done been my experience with that, man. Salute to the cast, whole bunch of talented people. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
involved in that, not only in front of the camera but behind it.
yeah,
Um, yeah, man, we've been rocking for about 3 years now, brother. Been going
yeah.
crazy.
One thing I really respect about Ace as a creative myself, as an entrepreneur myself, businessman.
Hmm.
Um, I see obviously all the criticism that he gets for his personal platform and how he decides to do his content, what he talks about,
Hmm.
stuff like that. Whatever, that's what he does, right? But when I look at his business acumen, when I look at the decisions he made, when I look at the teams he put together, when I look at the last team that whatever happened to the last team, and I look at the new team that he got, I
Hmm.
can't help but to respect his ability to build. You know, I think that's how somebody is actually deserve somebody. has earned to be where they are is if something crumbles down and they build it again and they build it again. You know.
100%. 100%. I tell you, I done been around a lot of people in this space, just in the industry in general. I ain't never seen nobody work as hard as that dude work, man. Ace is a different guy, brother. Like, it don't stop. It don't turn off. It ain't no, okay, Imma take a couple days and just figure it out. No, bro, it'd been times where we'll do a performance, right? And then we'll go to the little, club afterwards for the after party or whatever,
Mhm.
and he in a section with his phone out, editing clips in the middle of the
Mm,
club at 2 in the morning while we all in there drinking and turning up and taking shots and all that. He in the back like this. Like, it don't
yeah,
stop. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, nah, I mean, bro deserve everything he got. It is what it is, and anybody to say otherwise, they just not familiar with his day to day.
yeah. Or just like when I just look at, like, I saw a show that he did in Philly, in my area, right?
Mhm.
And I just know what it takes in order to get this show done in a whole nother state and build a tour, the production, the cameras, the wherever you're going to, whatever building that you're going to be at, the
Mhm.
set, like the team. That's it. Yo, most common people could not imagine the work that it takes them to do something like that.
Nah, man, people see them crowds, bro, and they think it's, a flyer on his Instagram story and everybody show up. It
Yeah.
don't work like that, bro. It's a whole
Hmm.
lot that go into it, a whole lot of planning, a whole lot of details, and thing about bro is he got a problem delegating. So he hands
Hmm.
on. He do
Yeah.
it all. You know what I mean? From the marketing to the clipping to the all of that. You understand? So it's like, yeah, dude is different. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. I just seen people work hard. I ain't seen it like that in this space. For
Yeah.
sure.
For sure. For sure. Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of like what you do is easy for you, right? Because the thing that made me gravitate towards your content is I sense that it's real, right? I sense that you're real. So there are a lot of guys who will probably say things that they don't truly believe in because it works, right? And when I see you, when I hear you talking, I'm like, yo, that's him. That's just he just had a thought and he said it, right? He had a thought that he probably always believed it, or it could be new. It could be some perspective that just came in his mind, and he said what he was thinking, right? And it's not always just in one direction. It's not always just to please one individual, or a particular group. You say what you believe in, and that's easy. And I can read people, and I know I'm like, oh no, he ain't nothing he's saying is fake, So that's kind of what made me gravitate towards your content.
Nah, for sure, bro. Like it be so real. Like it be argument that happened the night before with the old lady. And you
Yeah.
come on and cut that camera on and voice your perspective. Like it be that real. Like people be
Mhm.
thinking, like, man, how you come up with your topics and the real life? Me and my old lady done been together so long. I done seen every angle of this game, backwards and forwards. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't, just like Jeezy said, Jeezy was like, these niggas just right. I recollect that. That's how I feel when I'm making
Yeah.
content. I feel like
Hmm.
I'm literally just recollecting or talking to you about some shit that I done been through or currently going through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think when that's the case, going back to what we was talking about earlier, it don't matter what space you in. It don't matter who you in front of, because you. You didn't put on no mask before you walk through that door. You understand? So that's how it is with me, bro. The content, and also if I'm not feeling it, or I'm not inspired, or I don't have nothing to say, then I won't say nothing.
Hmm.
You know what I
For
mean? It
sure.
ain't no forcing. It ain't no. All right, let me just think. What do I think they want to hear? It don't
Hmm.
it don't work like that with me. I gotta be inspired, or I gotta feel a way about something, and then
Yeah.
I talk about it. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of like that's the reason that I'm starting to do more content. I didn't, talk for a while, but I'm finally talking. And
Hmm.
it's like so easy for me because I'm just saying what I think, you know. It's a lot of guys who think I'm what is it called? Pandering, right? Um
Oh, shit.
you know, I'm just I'm just saying what I think,
Yeah.
Like for example, I just made a video today, and it was I was saying that I don't like other women's photos. I don't
Right.
like I think it's disrespectful. And some guys on under the post were like, nah, that's crazy. I'm like, like I'm not like, and I'm not saying it's for women. I'm not saying, I'm telling you that I think it's disrespectful to be in a relationship and like the image of another woman if she's, of course not if it's an achievement or a business thing, like, right, that's different, right?
Right,
But if I can tell that she like, yo, I look cute today, let me take a pic. I ain't liking that picture, like,
right.
you know. So to some niggas, it's like you pandering. I'm pandering.
I'm just giving you my morals and my foundation and how I move. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. You know what I mean? But that's the risk in this game that you take, and you're gonna figure it out the deeper you get into it, bro. It ain't you ain't gonna please everybody. Cause I got
Yeah,
viral posts that are bashing what people consider bashing women. I got viral posts that people consider bashing men. And it's just like, bro, I done hit it from both sides since I've been in this thing, bro. And you are still,
yeah,
if you talk to three different people, they're gonna have three different perspectives. One person, oh, he a pandering. One person, oh, nah, he hold the fellas down. And the other was like, man, nah, he just called it down the middle. He called it how you see it. But it's like it's always gonna be somebody. But you can have 5 posts in a row dedicated to the fellas. You put up one that's dedicated to the women, you a panderer, bro. That's how it
yeah,
go, man. That's the game. So it's like you can't even worry about that type of shit, bro. You just gotta speak your truth and do what you've been doing. That's it.
yeah. What's one thing I want to talk to you about? I want to learn a little bit about you.
Hmm.
I want to know about, for first and foremost, how old are you?
36.
36. Okay, cool. You're 3 years older than me. I'm 33.
Hmm.
Um, I want to know about your journey as far as a man being a man, right? Do you feel like you're the same person that you were, let's say, when you were 25?
Nah, hell no. Nah.
Okay,
When I was yeah. It done been a real big transition. I think
okay,
younger me was a little more what's the word? Vindictive, a little more angry, um, a little more short tempered, um, looked at things in a more black and white way. I think older me, done kind of became a bit more well rounded. I'm way more patient. I'm way more understanding, and having a daughter had a lot to do with that. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, my daughter is what grew me up for real. Like I've
okay,
always been kind of accomplished or popular, if you may say, or whatever the case. But when you have that little girl looking back at you, watching every move that you make, watching how you talk to people, watching how you move, it's gonna sit you down and make you hold on. Let me take a deeper dive of how I'm moving as a man. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, once she came, it was like a switch flipped. You know what I mean? But 25-year-old me, yeah, nah, man, I was outside running around. I'm in the club. I'm doing this. I'm every week, 3, 4 times a week. You understand? So yeah, me now, man, I'm about business now and family.
okay. How old is your daughter?
7.
7. Same. I got,
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 girls. 7.
Yes, sir.
Um, what at what point do you think you really made that transition? Like, if you can recollect like that transition, like what was that pivotal point for you?
Man, I think once she got old enough to like understand what was going on, you know what I mean? We don't understand how much kids really learn from watching what we say in comparison to listening to watching what we do in comparison to listening to what we say. So she would be like saying random things that I done said or moving in certain ways. You start to see her little characteristics come out and like, damn, that look a lot like me. You know what I mean? And things like that. So it's like at that point, once you realize, nah, she really watching me. Like she really paying attention to what I do. Even when I'm thinking she just over there watching her little cartoons or messing with her little iPad. No, she paying attention to everything I do. So it's like, what kind of example do I want to set for her? Because the thing about it is once she get older and go out there in the world, her relationship with men is gonna reflect the relationship that she see with me and her moms. So if I'm talking to her mom disrespectful, or I'm, coming in the house all hours of the night and being neglectful and all these things, she gonna think that's normal. So when she go outside in the world to find her man, I done gave her a horrible example. And then furthermore, I'm gonna be mad when she bring that type of dude home to me. So it's like, hell nah, tighten up, bro. You gotta set the example that you want her to go out there and date. I think that's what really turned it around. Cause before she was here, I didn't really have no compass per se.
Yeah.
I felt like as long as I was successful, none of the rest of that stuff mattered. I can kind of do what I want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Because it wasn't no repercussions to my actions per se.
Yeah.
But when she got here, it's like, nah, it's real repercussions, and she represent me. So what she grow up and go out there and do, I got to take full credit for. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm moving the right way. So she got a better chance when she go outside. I think that's what turned the page for me.
Yeah. I think I got a similar, I mean, my story is different, of course. Like, I'm engaged right now, but my kids
Congratulations.
didn't. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Hmm.
My kids, I had when I was a little younger, with different women, things like that.
Hmm.
So my story is kind of similar as far as when it comes to once I had my kids, I started, I changed, while I grew, and I started to see things differently. I started to prioritize them. I started to care, how they looked at me, how I was around them, and stuff like that. So my trajectory completely changed. Just kind of like having babies, and being the type of person that because I even though there's probably some women who will tell a story that I wasn't the nicest person or I wasn't the most selfless person. They might
Right.
say, that's probably some women who will say, oh, my, he cared about himself when he was dealing with me, right? Um, One thing I always was or wanted to be was a good dad, regardless. So like once my kids came, my outlook on everything changed, and like the good that was in me that everybody knew that was in me, it really started to kind of become the my foundation versus just being a part of me.
Yep.
So
Yep. Because it forced you to sit down is what it is. You know what I mean? Because you want to be there. You want to have those conversations. You want to show your kid things. You want to like explain things to them, like but you got to be there. You got to spend that quality time, and that keeps you from going outside and doing stuff that you ain't supposed to be doing, or wasting time, or doing things that ain't productive. It's like, nah, I'd rather be at the crib with my little girl, instead of how you would move if before the kids got here. So I think, yeah, every man got their different turning point, bro. I'm just happy that it came before did something that you can't come back from. That's what happened to a lot of my friends growing up. You know what I mean? You talk to them now, they got all the knowledge in the world as to how they should have been moving back then, or whatever the case may be. But a lot of them done got in trouble and got locked up, or did this, did that. You know what I mean? And luckily, like I say, mine came before any of that happened. So it's a blessing.
no, absolutely. I think and the crazy thing is, I don't think we necessarily had to change when we had our children. I think it says a lot about our character how we did grow once we had our kids. Because a lot of men who don't. It's a lot of men who they had their kids, and they do what they do, and their kids are kind of like side characters in a story.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, but I think it says a lot about the character of a man who does have the children, and he's like, you know what, this is my priority. This is where I need to watch how I move because that'll affect them. The crazy thing, somebody asked me like, they asked me about something about kids and like what should you do and stuff like that, and I gave them a cliche answer, but it was like, yo, it's just true. Like, you be different so that they can be the example, you know, because like we may not be perfect, right? But I noticed that like my son, he does everything that I do. He don't do what I say. A little bit of what I say, but he do everything of what I do. You know, so like when I come in the house, no. So when my fiance, she say like, "Yo, he got his shoes on in the house," and I told him, to stop doing that, right? And I'm like, why would his little dirty self have his shoes on in the house? And then I'm like, and then I think about how whenever I'm rushing, I might run in the house with my shoes on and run out, right?
Right.
And I know that he's watching that, and he's like, oh, "Daddy, do it." maybe I can do it, right? And then I got to tighten up. Other people that say, do as I say, not what I do.
Right.
But I got to tighten up. So yeah, definitely
Sir.
watching what you do.
So I say that's how we grew up, bro. Do what I say, not what I do. That's literally the tutor that so many of us got, and that was why it was important for me to break that cycle. Nah, hell nah. If I tell you to do something, it's gonna be because you seen me do it too. So you ain't got no excuse. Cause it ain't nothing more humbling than you trying to tell your kids something, and they be like, "Well, what about when you?" But you just did the same thing. Be
Yeah.
like, you know what? You're right. You're right.
Mhm.
So yeah, nah, man, consistency, bro. Consistency in the message. You know what I mean? And that's what they do for you when you wired the right way. I'm talking about the dudes who take care of their kids and things like that. Because I can't look at nobody as a man who don't take care of their kids, bro. That's just how we wired.
Yeah. Did you you only got one girl, right? No other kids.
Mm-mm.
Did you
Yep.
want boys?
I do. Like I say, man, we probably gonna try one more time. And if it's a girl, then I'm gonna just call it a day. I'm not even tripping. But I mean, if it is
Yeah.
if it is a boy, I'll be happy with that. I think it'll be dope to just see what his characteristics is, his traits is, things of that nature. Plus, with a boy, you could be more hands on, and you know what I mean. In comparison to having a daughter, you got to kind of handle it with kid gloves or whatever. When you got a little boy, it's something different because you got to raise them different. So I think that would be dope. I'm definitely gonna try for one more for sure.
Mhm. If you have a boy, right, with your next one, are you going to try for another one?
Nah, it's over.
Okay, just
Yeah,
two.
it's over. If I have boys, over with.
Okay. Okay, you definitely do gotta I raise them slightly different.
Mhm.
A lot of the things it's a lot of overlap, but it is certain things that my son is just his life is going to be different. He's a boy, right? So it's just certain things that I gotta teach him that might not be as necessary for the girls because it's just different. Like he's absolutely, at least from my point of view, I think that men should be leaders. So that's what I'm going to raise him to be. So the lesson is a little bit different than what I got to teach him.
Yeah,
So
for sure. For sure. Well, I say that's the only way that our society is gonna turn around, bro. Is by changing the mindset of the men first. That's what I thoroughly believe in. I think women
mhm,
in general, like they look to follow us. They look to follow example. But if we
yeah,
not setting the right example, or we not standing firm on what it is that we want society to look like, then we got the chaos that we got now. But it's gonna start with the generation after us. A lot of us is lost for real. It is what it is. Lost causes, pardon me. But
yeah,
when we having boys and we teaching them qualities and leaderships and the morals and the stuff that was ironed in us, the integrity and all of that, like that's what's gonna turn society around. So it's a important position. That's why I can't understand how some dudes ain't in their kid life, bro. That shit is beyond me. It straight up.
yeah. Um, I know there's sometimes where people will want me to be harder on my son than I am when it comes to discipline, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I have a different perspective. I think that communication is the most powerful thing that we have, and I know that I can talk to my son, and with repetition, everything, that everything is going to work itself out, right? Now, I'm not against, the old school way. I'm not against whooping kids, right, when necessary.
Hmm.
But I believe that I know when I'll have to whoop my son. But for the most part, I can communicate with him. Whereas
Hmm.
there's, and it's typically the women in my family like, oh, you need to just whoop. And I'm like, no, I can talk to him. I'm gonna communicate with him. I teach him how to articulate himself, and I'm gonna give him that same respect. I'm gonna talk to you while, you know, it's a privilege, right? But I'm going to talk to you, and I want you to talk to me back. And I don't want him to ever lose that privilege,
Right.
from not being responsible. But that's definitely my go-to is communicate, teach him why. Don't just tell him don't do it. Teach him why. Talk, 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 talk. That's my whole thing. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I take the same philosophy. Just with kids in general. I think kids operate best when they have routine, when they have structure, when they understand the why of what it is that they're doing. They take it as a mission upon themselves to get what you ask them to get done if they understand why you're asking them to do it. But if you just saying do it because I said so, then eventually that's gonna turn into resentment if you're not breaking down to them the like why. You understand? I think that's where a lot of our generation went wrong because, like we said, we grew up in that era of you do it because I said do it. You understand? It's like nah, you gotta explain the why. And hey,
Mm-hmm.
this is and if you don't do this, this is the consequences of it. This is why I'm having you do this. This is why look for this, look for that. Like really talking to like I talk to my little girl like she a grown woman,
Mm-hmm.
but that's made her more mature and more able to understand things and process things and make better decisions. You know what I mean? Ain't no goo goo gaga, none of that. You gonna sit down and have a
Yeah.
real conversation. This is what's going on. This is up. You see this even when it come down to movies we watching and different things like that. Like she asking questions, I'm telling her 100% my
Yeah.
thoughts. I ain't putting no filter on it. I ain't doing none of that. So it's like when
Mm-hmm.
now what it's funny because you may hear her talking later to somebody else and she done gave them some of the perspective that I done gave her. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, communication is of the utmost, bro. Like it's just like adults. Most people who participate in violence is because they can't communicate well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep it real. Like most disagreements can be squashed with a 5 minute conversation. It don't matter how tough the dudes is or whatever the case may be. You got, that's why even in prison, like respect is so important. You understand? You excuse me, my bad, thank you. Simple things like that can keep you out of a whole situation. But when you don't communicate well, then you get frustrated, and that frustration
Mm-hmm.
turns into anger, and now you got violence. You understand? All
Yeah.
because the communication is not there. You understand? So nah, you got to raise kids with that, bro, and you ain't gonna have to whoop them as much.
Yeah. I just thought about something when you said when you spoke about communication and how the old school way is pretty much to do what I say, right?
Hmm.
Um, it made me think about leadership and it made me think about men and the struggles that they do have. I know on my platform, I try to speak a lot about leadership and how we can do it in, I guess, what I believe to be the optimal way,
Hmm.
which is communicating to our women, and from a relational standpoint, which is communicating to our women, learning how to articulate ourselves better and communicate better in general, and I think that'll do wonders when it comes to our relationships. And it made me think that because I already thought recently I've started to think that a lot of men just are not very good leaders, even though they're telling women that they need to follow them, right? Um, and it made me think that a lot of guys have this old school perspective on leading. It's what I shouldn't have to tell you why, which is how we look at it. What old school people look at with the kids, right? Don't ask why, just do. I think a lot of guys take that approach with women, and I think that all a lot of women are asking is, give me something. I need to know the direction. I need to be confident in what we're doing, where we're going, things like that. And the guys are just like, yo, you need to already meet me here. You need to already be on that. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the key aspects of leadership is versatility. I use an example a lot about football coaches or basketball coaches. There's certain players that you can yell at and get the desired result. But then there's other players who you got to put that arm around, walk to the far end of the field, walk to the far end of the court, and pour into them that way. You know what I mean? Like, look, bro, you got this. Calm down. You're gonna be straight. Just do this, do that, blah 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 blah. And that's gonna bring the optimal performance out of that person. You know what I mean? But I think the true key of leadership is versatility. It's the same with women. A lot of men feel like it shouldn't matter how I deliver the message. It shouldn't matter how I talk to you. It shouldn't matter as long as what I'm saying to you is right, or what I'm saying to you is gonna get us from point A to point B. But the thing is, like, when you get a bit more mature and you grow up a little bit, you start to understand that it's way more important to be heard than to be right.
Mm,
You could be right all day long, but if ain't nobody listening, we still ain't getting to the desired destination anyway.
mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's like that's the dope part about that dynamic. A lot of men look at women like they something to take care of. instead of the fact that she's a powerful asset all on her own. So with your tutelage and with you breaking down to her how things go and your thought process and your perspective and all of these things, it's gonna get to a point to where you don't have to tell her nothing. She's just gonna know what to do. But if you don't ever sit her down and really break down your thought process and your perspective on things, then it's gonna forever be a clash. Because one thing about women, they gonna get to the bottom of something. They don't care what they gotta leave in the wake of it.
Yeah.
Which means that it's gonna be a lot of uncomfortable conversations, gonna be a lot of arguing, gonna be a lot of digging, gonna be a lot of going through phones, gonna be a lot of all these things because she doesn't feel centered. She doesn't feel like she's involved, like y'all in lockstep, like y'all partners joined at the hip. She don't feel like that. And women want to know why. So it's like, but you can avoid all of that by simply doing what you said. Explain to her, break it down, the why. This is what I'm thinking when I'm considering this business move, or I'm thinking about changing careers because of this, or this is the down the line, this is how this looks. Like women really just want to see the GPS for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not necessarily concerned with the destination. They just want to see the GPS. I just want to look at it and just make sure, okay, boom. And as a man, you should want your woman to see the GPS so she can get you back on track and course correct if you veer off, or if you start doing, something you ain't supposed to do, or you done lost sight of the plot, or you done, start feeling yourself, or let your ego get in the way of logic, which is what a lot of men do. She can ground you like, nah, baby, remember you said we doing this. Let's stay on track. That's her job. Is to provide counsel. But if you're not communicating the plan, or if you got her just moving around blind, how the hell she gonna give you legitimate counsel?
Yo, a lot of what you just said is a lot of the things that I say verbatim. Like when I'm talking to people about leadership, I'm telling people like, yo, think of it about football. It's like you the coach, right? You bring your system or whatever, right? However, the thing is, you can't communicate to all of your players the same way. You as a coach, your job is to get the most out of every player, and they all different. You meet them where they are. And a lot of people are saying, no, everybody get the, you just gonna bench them and all. No, bro, that's not how it works. I have a desired outcome, which means that it is my job to if I communicate to you and you can't do anything with the information because you didn't retain it or whatever, I need to try again. I need to say, you know what? How can I say this so that you understand it? Because my ultimate goal is to get you to understand. I had a manager one time before, one of the jobs I worked at, and I was doing poorly. And he pulled me to the side one day, and he was like, listen, he gave me like my report and told me how I was doing bad or whatever. And he asked me, he said, is there anything that I can do to get you to do better? He said, what is something that I can do to get you to kind of get these numbers up? How can I help you? And I thought to myself, like, wow, what are you talking about? Like, this is my responsibility. It's my, whatever. Like, I'm failing. It is what it is, right? And that sticks with me forever. The fact that he was the leader, and he's telling me that how can he be better for me? And that stuck with me to this day. I ain't never gonna forget that.
That's the difference between leaders and everybody else. It ain't no finger pointing. So if you under me and you not doing what you're supposed to be doing, I take that as me not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Not I'm coaching the best I can. He ain't get the job done. What I'm gonna do? That ain't leadership. Just like in sports analysis we talking about. You done got coaches who done went out there and got blew away 42-0 or something crazy like that. They get up in front of that mic and say, I gotta get us prepared better. They don't get up there and say, well, man, my quarterback threw 5 picks. I mean, I called a perfect game. You know what I mean? I was calling the right plays. Running back was fumbling. She was dropping the ball. I mean, what you want me to do? Like, you can't get up there and say that. That ain't leadership. You understand? You got to be, look, I got to do a better job. And you could have called the perfect game in terms of the X's and O's, and they just didn't get it done. But when you're a leader, your mind always go to, well, what could I have done better, or what could I have seen? That's just like with me. You would never in life hear me blame any failure of mine on anybody else. And they could have been the real reason that it went wrong. But you don't elevate that way. You don't progress that way. Because if you're doing that, you're going from situation to situation, pointing fingers. Those situations are going to continue to end the same, because you're not learning nothing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people make that mistake within relationships, right? Like, oh, I'm in this relationship, and they cheated on me. So everything I did wrong is null and void. We on to the next situation. No. They did cheat, and that might have been the straw that broke the camel back. But you still got to watch them game tapes and figure out, what did I miss? What signs didn't I see? Or certain stuff that I gave a pass to, or certain stuff that I swept under the rug that I need to go make a list of that so I don't do that again.
Yeah.
Now them doing what they did, that ain't got nothing to do with me as far as the cheat, whatever, you understand? But it's some stuff that I can improve upon in terms of my selection process, in terms of what I chose to tolerate, in terms of what I swim move past, because I didn't want to focus on that right now. I wanted to be with you. I'm gonna swim move past these little red flags. I don't
Mm-hmm.
What I need to take note of that. I need to analyze that. So even if I do leave this person, I go into the next situation, I got a whole new mindset. I'm way sharper in what it is that I'm looking for. So it's
Yeah.
just that's a leadership mindset. It's always something I can improve on. It don't matter what the situation is. It don't matter how it ended. It's always something that I could have did better. If you got that mindset, then you're gonna be straight.
I think that's where a lot of men struggle when it comes to leadership, and that's probably why I had a belief that most men are probably not going to end up being good leaders in their lifetime, because
Mhm.
the part that they struggle with is that accountability part, right? And that responsibility part, right?
Yeah.
I want to be responsible for everything. As a leader, I need to be responsible for everything. Whether we do good, whether we do bad, whatever it is. I catch a lot of flack for this too, because I say, like, how, depending on how my kids grow up, that's going to be me.
Mhm.
Like, whatever happens, I'm always going to look at myself and what I could do better. And people be like, well, the kids, they grow up and they go their own way. Yeah, I understand that. They make their own decisions in life, right? However, as a leader, it's how I'm wired. I don't know any other way to look at it besides what could I have done better. You know, whatever my kids end up, if they end up fucking their life up or whatever, what could I have done better? It's always something that I could have done. That's how my mind works. So that's what being responsible is. And it's the hard thing to do. The easy thing to do is be like, yo, yeah, I coached a great game, man. I don't know, man. Shit. He just ain't throw the ball when he held the ball too long. That's the easy thing to do. To be a leader, you got to do the hard things, the things that suck, you don't want to do, right? So if you can't do that, maybe this is not the role for you. If you don't want to do that, so
Yep.
that's the part.
And that's the thing about kids. Going back to what you said about how kids sometimes go their own way. But one thing for certain is, if you told them right, your voice is in the back of their head, and I'm living proof of that.
Mm.
Right? Because I was raised. My pops used to give me a lot of game. Used to tell me a lot of things, and you know what I mean. But when I got outside, sometimes I still did what I wanted to do. And like I say, by the grace of God, ain't nothing bad happened that I couldn't come back from. But even when those things was happening, his voice was still in the back of my head. Like, look, I mean, you can go that route, but this what it's gonna look like. This what the results gonna be. This what the consequences is of that. So that in a lot of situations, that may have kept me from going too far. Just having that voice in the back of my head, you understand? So it's like, yeah, nah, you pour into them, you communicate the right way, and bruh, you never know what situation that you gonna save them from just off of something that they remembered you told them when they was 11, when they was 12. It might not even been that deep of a conversation to you. You might have just gave them a little bit of game or something that just stuck with them. You know what I mean? And it's just like, nah, that's why that presence and that tutelage is so important, bro.
Yeah,
Leadership is everything, especially from a male perspective.
yeah. So tone matters. Y'all hear that? Because everybody be trying to get at me. They be like, tone don't matter. It's the information. I be like, tone, delivery, it matters. If you are a leader who know ball, like if you really know ball, leadership, tone matters. It's how you deliver it. Because the goal is, you have a desired outcome. I want you to take this information and apply it. So,
Bro, and that's the crazy part, is the people saying that, like, the tone matters when men talking to each other too.
it's a fact.
Cause you ain't gonna just, you understand, like, you ain't gonna just be in the room with no grown man just talking to people any kind of way in whatever tone that you want to talk, because consequences could go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you're gonna be on your best behavior in there too, like any man of honor. You know what I mean? I'm not coming to no grown man and chastising, yelling at him, and beating down on them. Like, nah, we can have a conversation, but it's gonna be civil. I'm gonna talk to you civil. Now, if you escalate it or go somewhere else, then we gonna go wherever you want to take it. But
Yeah.
your mindset as a man, even when you're dealing with men, is not, hey, well, shit, tone don't matter. It don't matter how I deliver it. As long as I'm telling the truth, you should be able to. No.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna get your ass hurt
Yeah.
in that scenario. So I think that the same trepidation or the same patience and understanding and forward thinking to where this shit could go, you got to translate that to when you talking to women the same way.
I think they be this is like the disingenuous, because I find it hard to believe that a grown ass man doesn't know when tone matters, because you're not talking to your boss like that. You're not talking to the people that you're trying to acquire a business deal with, right? You're talking to them a certain type of way, right? People who have leverage, you're talking to them a certain type of way, or people who got something that you want. When you was out here trying to get women, I'm pretty sure you wasn't screaming and yelling in their face, right? You know, so you know that tone matters. You just don't feel like changing your tone right now for this particular person, which is
there you go.
Corny. It's that simple.
There you go. For this particular person, and it's just like bullies growing up in the neighborhood. Niggas know who to play with, and they know who, if they play with, the consequences of playing with them.
Mm-hmm.
They not as dumb as they seem. And I just leave that there.
Yeah, that's a fact. You made a post, and you pretty much, you said come healed, right? If somebody, gonna be in a relationship with you, like come healed. Can you tell me more about that? Because I wanna know if I fully agree with you, or is there like certain parts where I put an asterisk, or I might add an addition there. So what do you mean when you say that come healed?
Meaning come self-aware. Come aware of what your triggers are. Having and work to try to get past them. Like be well within your journey, or well on your journey of healing. I don't believe anybody's 100% healed. I think that's where some people took that out of context. I think that there are people that are well along their journey of it in terms of being self-aware, learning themselves, what makes me tick, what makes me, this is why I do certain things. My childhood, this happened. First two relationships, this happened, and that's what got me moving like this. So now I got a better handle on those things, right? But I don't believe that's the case for most people. I think most people go from relationship to relationship, and they don't take the time to watch them game tapes. They don't take the time to deep dive into why my triggers are the way they are, or why this happened, or why that happened. And especially if the relationship ain't bad, they just like, okay, I just need to jump into another one instead of taking that time to be alone. Because what happens when you jump into the other one is now you punishing that new person that you in a relationship with for shit that they didn't do. And that's what I mean. I have zero tolerance policy for that. Now, again, judge me and hang me on the cross for things that I did wrong, or trauma that I caused you, or things that I had something to do with in regard to, why your triggers are a certain way. Hang me to the cross for that. But don't hang me to the cross for something that I ain't had nothing to do with, because you ain't did the work to identify who actually is responsible, or who actually hurt you or traumatize you, or whatever the case may be. So I think until that information is gotten, and until you done did that due diligence, you need to stay your ass far away from relationships, period. Especially with me, which is what I meant by that video. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, I meant every word I said, because it's just like going to a damn car dealership and I'm paying full price for a car that I got to put together in my garage when I get home. No. Come to me functional. Come to me aware. Now, if a tire go flat after I done bought the car, I'll gladly change that. Windshield get cracked, I'll gladly change that. But these things happened under my watch. But when I come to buy that car, I needed to be fully fucking functional. I needed to be operating like the 50, 60, 70,000 that I paid for it.
Yeah.
But if I gotta buy it at full value and then put it together in my garage, no, that ain't gonna fly for me. So make sure that you functional when you get to me. Or just like I said in that video, your ass will be gone. That's a real rap.
True that. My perspective on it, of course, my perspective is of the 33-year-old man, right? It's not super far from you, but 3 years is enough, right? It's a lot of change that can happen in 3 years. my perspective has always been that I'm not opposed to giving grace because I understand like how it is out here. I understand that, and it's of course like the foundational things is different. I think you're talking about foundational things come with that
Right.
foundation. But when I view women, um, I understand how their experiences have shaped the way that they view the world, the way that they see relationships and things like that. Um, and I understand that they may have never in their life been with a man like me. They may have never been with a man who has the boundaries that I have. They may have never been with a man who expects what I expect out of them. That they may have never been with a man that's as emotionally aware as I am. May have never been with a man who knew what they were thinking before they were thinking it, who knew exactly why they were responding the way that they were responding, and these type of things, right? So I tend to give grace when it comes to those things, but these things might be what you're talking about, a cracked windshield, you know. There could be things like that. But I've had the mindset that as a leader, you know, it's very. I know a lot of times we like to give people's fathers so much reverence, but a lot of these dads ain't like that. A lot of these dads wasn't teaching their daughters what we assume they was teaching their daughters and stuff like that. So a
Right.
lot of times we get these women, and it's like, dang, you ain't know that I was supposed to do this, and you ain't know that I was supposed to do that. Oh, okay. And you kind of see that. Oh, I got to get to work. I kind of got to put some of this, this knowledge in you that you didn't have before, and kind of open up the world to you.
Mhm.
I don't know. What do you think about that?
I don't knock it, but I think that it just depends on what age and stage you are in your life. You know what I mean? I think because me, when I'm talking about women, I'm talking about women that's around my age. So we talking about 35, 36, 37.
Mhm.
Even if you didn't get it at the crib, you done got enough real life experience to know left from right, or you should have. If going back to what we said, you've been watching the game tapes and things of that nature the way you need to, getting therapy that so many women brag about, and getting into their Bible, and getting tutelage from older women and things of that nature. All these things that they claim that they're doing, you should have some kind of real world knowledge on how things work. Now, of course, there's gonna be some adjustments that got to be made when you get in a relationship with anybody. You know what I mean? But it goes back to that foundational piece, like traumas and that are unaddressed, and insecurities that you ain't done no work to build, lack of confidence that you ain't done no work to fix.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm responsible for that, and nor do I have time for that because I'm 36. Now, if I'm
Yeah.
23, that's something different. We young, we both trying to figure ourselves out. You know what I mean? So we gonna, figure it out as we go. I got a little more grace for you in that stage, but I think now, the because of the work that I done did on myself, and the dark times in that in that dungeon is what I call it, of
Hmm.
real self-reflection and putting in real work, and that pain and them tears and that blood, sweat, and all that stuff that you done put in to become who you are today. I can't afford to deal with somebody that ain't made that type of investment in themselves. I got too much to lose. You know
That's
what I
fair.
mean? So it's like at this age and stage, I don't have grace for that. Now I'm not going. Now that's not saying that you're a bad person,
Hmm.
or that's not saying that I like look down at you or anything like that. We just not compatible, and I just have zero tolerance policy. So I'm gonna just get you out the way and let you go be with somebody who does have a little more grace, and maybe y'all in similar paths, or similar spots in y'all journey, so y'all could kind of figure it out together. But all of the work that I didn't put in to get here, nah.
Yeah, you don't want to have to carry somebody. Pretty much is what I hear, and I
Right.
dig that. And I think age plays age and where you are plays a huge part in that. Because when I met my girl, she was what 24, 25.
Hmm.
So that's my experiences. Over the last 6 years has been her.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure. Let's say I was getting out of a relationship at the age of 35 or something like that. I might have a different perspective. You know, um, but I know I'll give you one example.
Hmm.
I'm the type of person that I'm the type of man that if I get into a relationship with you, I want you to have my phone password. I want to give it to you, right?
Hmm.
Because I don't know how most of your relationships have gone, but I want to create an environment of transparency. I want you to understand that I don't got nothing to hide. It's not
Right.
nothing inside of my phone. And I'm not going to hold it against you if you have an irrational thought of, is this nigga cheating on me? Shit, go look. Ain't nothing there. Go have fun. Look while I'm asleep. I don't care. Do what you got to do to calm your mind. Because I know that you can have a dream that somebody cheat on you in the middle of the night and you wake up like, well, this motherfucker
Right.
cheat on me. Like even if you feeling some type of way, if you gotta go look, go do your thing, baby. Like I ain't, if that's what's going to settle your mind, I'm with it, right? So
Mhm.
how do you feel about that? Do you think that that's a situation where it's like, it's not your job to fix our insecurities? Because I don't think it's my job to fix your insecurities, but I do think it's my job to support you in one of the ways that you need support.
Yeah, I don't I believe in probable cause when it comes
Okay.
to that. So if I'm doing something or I done did something out of pocket, maybe my routine has switched up, I done, something in the past that done warranted this or provoked this, then I'm all for it. But
Mhm.
you wake up on a random ass Monday and because you done had a premonition and then it just go through no. Because I think women get away with a lot of that intuition stuff when it's convenient. And
Mhm.
it's like, I'm not gonna like proving how much I love you shouldn't be a full-time job. It just shouldn't
Mhm.
be, in my opinion. I think that if I'm moving the way I'm supposed to be moving, I got us taken care of. I'm being transparent. You ain't got to worry about nothing out here. Like I'm going to work, I'm coming home, I'm taking care of our kids, I'm doing this, that, and the third. I'm making time for you. I'm being intentional. I'm supporting your dreams. All of this, and there's no probable cause. If you go through my phone or something like that, we're gonna have a big ass problem. But I
Mhm.
am all for sharing the passwords and things of that nature. I think, but I'm married also. So it's like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But, as far as all of that other stuff, man, I can't I'm a man, I'm not a hospital.
Mm.
And I like thoroughly believe in that. Now again, I think men who take it upon themselves to try to heal women and try to help them work through their trauma, um, I think that's noble, but I just don't have the tolerance for that.
Yeah. Do you think it's something that you never had, or you think it's like, yo, I didn't build myself up to where I'm at these days? Like I don't, I don't have the patience.
I don't think I ever have. I think I've
Okay.
always been on some like, I'm not gonna ask anything of you that I'm not willing to give or that I can't reciprocate. My requirements, my demands, all of these things, I'm not demanding or requiring anything of you that I'm not showing you in return, right? So when you go outside of that and you get to demanding things that you don't necessarily exhibit, or you get to trying to do things that if I were to do to you, it'll be a whole problem.
Yeah.
Then we got a big problem. Double standards and things of that nature do not fly with me. Never have,
Mm.
never will. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like that be a lot of times because just like, I was on stage actually recently and it was a question came up, right, about going through phones and things of that nature. And then you got women saying, well, if you don't have anything to hide, then what difference does it make if I want to go through your phone or whatever the case may be, right? And then I asked them in return, how would you feel if your boyfriend, let's say 5 years, and y'all got a 3-year-old son, or more importantly, your husband, and y'all got a 3-year-old son, and he come to you and say, you know what, man, I want to get a DNA test done, and you ain't never did nothing out of pocket, you ain't never cheated, you ain't never did none of that. How would you feel if your husband came up to you and asked you for a DNA test 3 years into having your kid? Well, why the hell would he do that? That's the same thought process that I have when we talking about going through phones. We can't act like one thing is just, hey, I just wanted to know. And then when another person do something where they just wanted to know, now you feel like they don't trust you, or you feel like, they trying to like say something about you without saying it. No, that thing goes both ways. We either locked in or we not. You understand what I'm saying? And that's
Mhm.
why, going back to what I said in that video, it's so important for you to come to me well on your healing journey and where your confidence needs to be, and have your insecurities in check and things of that nature, right? Because if you attempt to do something to me that you would be pissed off at if I did to you, the relationship is over.
Interesting. So with that point that you made when you asked the women that particular question, I do feel like those are slightly different, and I'll tell you why.
Elaborate.
I think that if, for example, right, if you ask the woman the same question of how about you want to check your man's phone, right? Cool. Is it okay if he checks your phone? And if she says sure, right? Then I think those two are on par. When we talk about getting a DNA test, I the concept is very similar. The concept is almost the same, but I do think that those two things are slightly different. As getting a DNA test for the baby, even though, and I'm just speaking on this from a man, right? I'm not a woman. Um, like I said, very similar, but I do think that those are just two a little. I can imagine being offended at. Let me make sure this little nigga mine.
Why?
I can imagine it.
Why would you be offended if you have nothing to hide? Why?
Because that's a little bit deeper than like a glance in a phone, and I might even have a this is my first time thinking about it, so I might even have a tough time putting it into words. Right now I just know how I feel, right, and I can try to put it into words, but if I actually thought about it deeper, I might be able to even articulate it even better. But yeah, I do feel like they're just a little bit different.
I think that I think one implies that you're cheating or that you have something else going on, and I think the other implies that you cheated and you had something else going on, and that's why I asked it, because it's like it's the same thing. When you're asking for that more times than not, you're implying something. You understand? Negative. Now, what hurts her feelings more, whatever the case may be, that is irrelevant. What I'm implying is the same thing, that you have extracurricular activities going on, and I just want to make sure. They was interviewing a nurse recently, and she was saying that how almost, I think, 30 or 40% of pregnancies are no, how there are like 30% or 40% of pregnancies, there are mix-ups in terms of the kids. You understand? To whereas the person who they thought was the dad is not actually the dad. And it wasn't a malicious thing per se. They just might have been together or dating, and both doing their thing. She get pregnant, and then he think the baby his. He signed birth certificate. Come to find out that it ain't. So when I'm asking you this, it's based on real stats that say that, hey, this baby might not be mine.
Yeah.
But of course, you're gonna take that personally. You're gonna internalize that as if I'm trying to say that you're doing something wrong. And it's the same mindset that they have when they trying to go through your phone or they asking you to go through your phone.
Yeah.
I can paint a beautiful picture that says, hey, I'm just curious. So hey, I just wanted to know. But the real issue is you think I'm cheating or you think I'm talking to somebody else and you want to make sure. So that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. The transparency has to go both ways. And oftentimes when you challenge a woman in terms of transparency, she gets offended by that, but expects you to just take that and just keep rolling. No.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way, right? So if I went to sleep tonight, right, my woman woke up and she looked inside of my phone, I'll be fine. But if I woke up, right, let's say my woman didn't look inside my phone or nothing like that, but let's say she just came to me and she's like, yo, I'd like you to get an STD test today. Like, what? What you talking about? Would you like me to get an STD test today? I think that's more in line with the DNA test. It's like kind of glancing inside the phone is like a little, let me see what's going on, versus like the pregnancy test is like, nah, nigga, shorty, I think you been out here doing me dirty.
It's the same thing, bro. I hear you and I understand why you trying to why are you trying to split hairs? It's
Yeah.
the same. It implies the same thing. It implies that you're not being upfront or you're not being transparent with me, and I want to make sure. So what I'm saying is that one can't be excused when the intentions are the same for each. That's all I'm saying.
No, I dig
But
it.
oftentimes, just like I brought up when I was on that stage and I pointed out that contradiction, they was like, "Damn, you're right. I never thought about it like that." Exactly. Now again, probable cause is important here. You got to do violating, wild and doing all kind of stuff like that, and you asked to go through that phone. Hell yeah, that is completely warranted. But I'm talking about the dudes who moving solid, taking care of their business, going to work, coming home every day, taking care of the kids, being there, doing what he's supposed to do, and you just wake up and go through my phone because you had a dream.
Yeah.
We are gonna have a problem. Because
Probable
what that's
cause.
pointing to me is that your confidence is not where it need to be, and your security is not where it need to be, despite the fact of everything that I'm doing to circumvent that not being the case.
Hmm. Probable cause is so interesting because there's so many degrees to it. You know, like
Mhm.
probable cause can just be a change in your schedule. You know, kind of like a change in the way that you move a little bit. You know, you might never take a shower when you wake up or when you get in the house from work. You know, you just nigga took a shower today when you got in the house from work. You
Mhm.
know, and he did kind of get me off the phone real fast. Normally, he don't get me off the phone. So, like a deviation in your schedule could be considered probable cause to somebody. But I dig what you're saying. I think your argument it makes sense. Um, even if I'm kind of you know I'm kind of
Mhm.
still here with it. It definitely is a sound argument for sure. You know, and
Yeah.
I
I
guess
mean,
I just I see the productivity in and I see the growth in creating that environment of transparency and kind of like uh, giving up the passwords, but not just giving up the passwords, but saying use it when you want it, like use it when you need. And then of course, I think there's a line of like, so you checking my phone every day, or you trying to pull my shit out my hand and come check my phone like I'm a kid? Like, what is you like? I think there's definitely a line. Um, like if you want to check my personally for me, I don't even want to know. Like what you got going on when it comes to that, because I know I ain't doing nothing. But then also if you
mhm.
bringing stupid stuff to me all the time, I'm on your side with it. Like, yo, you got a little bit too much work to do that I'm not probably not willing to. I might not be the one that's going to do all of that work with you, but I'm definitely willing to help create that environment, because I know that if I do that, and this is what I find when I do that, my girl don't check my phone. You know, like like when you do that, it's like they have no interest in, because I trust you. You know, so I just think that kind of helps create that environment. So, but who
Yeah,
knows?
I
I
agree.
might get your agent and be like, hell no, I ain't doing that shit.
I mean, it's just like a analogy just came to me as you was talking. It's like going to work every day, right? You work for this job. You showing up on time every day. You taking care of all your responsibilities. You asking the boss, is it more things that you can do? You know what I mean, to help out, or you stepping in when certain people done left, or certain people showing up late. You doing their job for them. You are playing a big role in keeping this ship going. And then some product comes up missing at the job, and you the first call, and they got you in the HR office. You know what I mean, threatening and doing all of these things. It's like, bro, I've been at this job 10 years, showed up on time every time, doing what I'm supposed to do up here, and then the first call is me when some product come up missing. Like,
Mhm.
that's gonna make you feel away, and that's gonna make a lot of men say, "Well, if this is how you feel about me, then I might as well just do what I wanna do, because
Mhm.
I done been working really hard to create this environment of safety, and this environment of consistency, and this environment of patience and understanding, and more importantly, like we talk about at the top of this relationship, a callback, communication with each other, to where if
Mhm.
you feeling a way about something, we should be able to sit down and communicate. But when you sneak around and go through my phone, or you sneak around and try to log into my social media and things of that nature, now we circumventing the communication that's supposed to be established, that this relationship is based upon, despite, like I said, how much work that I'm putting in to make sure, because it's a lot of dudes that ain't putting in the work that I'm putting in. I know, because I'm cool with some of them. I'm coming in doing bad. Hey, the bills is paid, ain't they? Leave me alone. That's how a lot of men operate.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about to the dudes who coming in, who going above and beyond, who understand the importance of that emotional intelligence, who understand the, reassurance and things of that nature. He doing all of that.
Mm.
And then for you to sneak behind my back and question my integrity, despite not having no history of me doing anything, that is a problem for me.
Mm.
That is a big problem for me.
Okay. Okay. I dig it.
That's
I
all
dig
I'm
it.
saying.
Okay. Let me let's switch gears real quick. We'll talk about love, right?
Mhm.
How long have you been married, by the way?
Man, we made 9 years recently.
Oh, okay. So you got married at what, 27?
Yes, sir.
How was marriage, man? Like I'm 33, about to get married next year. Tell me about it.
It's humbling.
Okay.
It's humbling. You know what I mean? It's just like it's just like diving in that swimming pool, man. You know, like when you first go to the swimming pool when you're young, you got all these floats and things on you. You got the arm float, you got the waist float, and you chilling. You in all depths of water, like you doing your thing. It's just like getting to the level where they say, okay, take all them floats off, and we're gonna throw you in that deep end and see if you can really swim.
Mm.
That's what marriage is. Because it ain't no just quick out. It ain't no quick running. It ain't no, you know what, man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm out, man. I'm going to do my. It ain't that. Like it's a lot of red tape that got to be cut for you to get out of that situation. So the incentive to work it out and make it right and be humble and ride the ebbs and flows and that roller coaster that comes with a relationship. Like I know you done been in this long enough. This shit ain't all rainbows and sunshines.
Mm.
But I think when y'all not married, it's real easy to on those rainy days to be like, you know what, I ain't got to deal with this somehow. But when y'all married, no. Now on them rainy days, we got to sit down at that table, like I was just talking about, and look each other in the eyes and have real conversations. And look, baby, this is what we got to fix. You know what I mean? This is what we need to work on. Keyword we, not you.
Mm.
Which is, like I say, when y'all boyfriend, girlfriend, it's a whole lot of you need to do this better, or you need to improve on this, or you. But when it's married, it's we. Even if she the one that got to do the fixing, it's still we, because we won now. You understand what I'm saying? I think that right there holds a magnifying glass up to you like nothing else in this world, brother.
Mm.
Because it's like it's a day-to-day change, it's a day-to-day thing. A lot of people say, man, marriage is work, and you don't really understand it until you get in it. And y'all got assets tied together, and y'all got families tied in together, and kids, and all of these things, and it's like, damn, this shit is bigger than us. It's bigger than my emotions in this moment. It's bigger than this disagreement that we having. We really got to sit down and figure this thing out. So I think that's the hardest part about it. You know what I mean? But if you get a handle on the communication piece, going back to what we was talking about earlier, everything get a little bit easier. But it is jarring if you don't have that part of things down.
When do you feel like you picked that up? You said you got married at 27. I'm assuming you guys did you guys live together before then, or?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we was together maybe like 2 years living together before then. Yeah.
Okay.
But in terms of like when did the communication and stuff get right?
Yeah, like when did you pick up, like, kind of get to the level that you are now or close to it?
Man, like I say, I think when my daughter came, that was a real big step in that direction. It damn near grew me up instantly, almost.
Mm.
I was always wise, and I was always kind of like well spoken and things of that nature, right? But I think the understanding piece and the patience is what I didn't have. You know, even now, I'm sure throughout this conversation, you probably tell like, yeah, it's certain shit, bro, just ain't going for like it. But back when I was younger, it was worse.
Yeah,
It was really like it's this way or
at a highway.
I want no parts of it. You understand? But it's like having my daughter it taught me that patience, it taught me that understanding because I got to thinking about things like how can I have patience and grace for my daughter when she make a mistake, but then when my old lady make a mistake, I talk to her like, you know, or treat her like she intentionally tried to harm me or intentionally was
Mm,
malicious or whatever the case may be. So then you get to thinking like, damn, the same grace that I have for my daughter, the same understanding that I have for my daughter, I need to have that for my woman. My woman don't know everything. She don't have everything figured out. She can't read my mind.
yeah,
She going and doing what she thinks she should do. A lot of times our women ain't come from no healthy household or no healthy marriage or no real tutelage as to how they should show up as a wife and things of that nature. But we expect them to just know that because they want the relationship more times than not better than we do, especially the marriage.
yeah,
But it's like that's not the case. But I think having my daughter really taught me traits that were transferable to my marriage and in turn made me a better husband, if I'm gonna be honest.
mm. Okay, okay. Do you feel like how much do you feel like your kids teach you or your daughter?
Hmm.
How much do you feel like she actually teaches you as far as that you learn from her?
Man, I say a lot, bro. I think like nothing holds a mirror up to you like your children do. Because even the things that you hate about yourself most, a lot of times will come out in their
Mm,
behavior. You're gonna see it in them, and that teaches you, okay, I need to change that. Okay, I need to work on that. Okay, I need to focus a little bit more on that because she's starting to pick that up, or my son is starting to pick that up. You know, whatever the case may be. So it's like, yeah, they gonna show you exactly who you are, how you talk, how your manners, how you move, your temperament, how you handle conflict, all of these things. Because, like I said, they watching everything you do and they just gonna reflect it right back to you. So I think, yeah, your kid teaches you a lot about you if you spending enough time with them and you really paying attention to them and how they move. You can learn a lot about yourself. Plus, they'll teach you traits that were never there. Just like with me,
yeah,
patience and understanding. I never had those things ever before my kid got it. Things were
yeah, I
very
think,
black and white. It's either this or it's that. But
yeah.
you know, your kid get here and you get to, you get to learning about gray. You know, you get to learning about
Mhm,
purple, you get to learning about pink and blue and all these different colors when before it
yeah.
was just black and white. So yeah, nah, your kid teach you a lot.
I think it says a lot about somebody if they can learn from a kid. Uh, a lot of people will probably refuse to be able to look at that mirror that's being held up at them.
Right,
But I feel like I'm somebody who I learn from my children every day.
right.
They teach me something. I pick up something from them more. Like my son, he asked me before. No, my son, he talk a lot, right?
Mhm.
Because he's similar to me. Think he's smart. Well, he is intelligent, right? And so when you tell him to do something, a lot of times he got pushback or he got like he wants to know a little bit more, a little bit more about need some details, right?
Right.
So at one point I had to tell him, was getting to, everybody kept telling me like, oh, he's doing too much, right? So I'm like, listen, um, when an adult tells you to do something, you are not allowed to ask a question. If you have a question, you must ask them, may I ask a question? And if they say no, you gotta wait till later. Just do what they say and then wait till later. And my son said to me, he said, well, Dad, that is a question. And I was like, okay, you're right. That is a question. So I gotta, and instead of getting upset at him, I'm like, I gotta tighten up. I just gotta make sure I mean what I say and I say what I mean when I'm talking to him. You know?
Simple and plain. Cause they gon' if you leave any room for correction, they gonna step right in and tell you about yourself unfiltered.
Hmm. I think kids are so funny because they don't have a lot of information in their brains. They don't
Mhm.
have a lot of experiences and stuff like that. So a lot of times kids will randomly tell you something crazy, right? It's because they don't they're like, well, my mom and her boyfriend broke up. Or they'll say like, you know, our water just got cut off. It's just like
Right.
they don't got nothing else inside their brain but like to pull from, so they just pulling like what they got inside there. I think they
Ain't no
hilarious.
filter at all with them, bro. That's the most
Yeah,
beautiful thing about kids. It ain't no filter. You gonna know exactly what's going on, even if it's something you don't want to hear, bro. They gonna you be like, damn. But
kids is
you want them
crazy.
to be honest. You want them to be, outspoken and all of these things. So it's like, yeah, even when you the culprit, hold
Mhm.
hold me accountable the same way I hold you.
Yeah,
It's real
my
rap.
my daughter. One of the things with her is she's extremely confident, right?
Mhm.
My daughter will ask you something 1,000 times,
Mm.
and she'll ask it every day, and it'll be crazy, right? So, for example, my daughter will wake up and say, "Dad, can we go to Mexico?" And I say, "Sure, we can go to Mexico." She'll be like, "Okay, now." Like, no, like not right now, right? But we can go. Or she'll be like, "Yo, Dad, when can we go to Dubai?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take you to Dubai." And she'll be like, "Okay, like, can we start planning now?" And I'll be like, "Yo, like," but I I make sure as I process that, I'm like, "Yo, you be asking some wild questions." Like I want to tell her in my mind, my traditional self wants to tell her like, "Yo, these are too much for you to be asking," right? But then as I process it, I'm like, I don't never want you to lose that confidence to ask what's on your mind, you know? Because there's so many people once we grow up, so many things that we want to ask, and we just can't do it, right? We lose that confidence. So I make sure to be like, and I tell my fiance, be like, just let her ask her crazy questions. Like, just let her do it, you know?
I think that's pivotal right there. I think there's so many of us that don't want to ask questions, and that's why it's a lot of us that aren't successful. Going to college showed me that.
Mm.
You'll be in class, and because I went to U of A, so if it's 900 people in this auditorium, and you got a question, you scared to raise your hand. A lot of people scared to raise their hand and ask the question because it's 800 people watching me ask this question. But it's like that could be something pivotal. I've seen people just go without the knowledge and say, "Forget it. I'm gonna just try to figure it out on my own," and then get it wrong. Just like even in the podcast space, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Or the content creation space, same thing. People be having questions all day long, but they won't reach out to you and ask, "Hey, bro, what type of camera is you using, bro? I've been trying to sharpen my shit up. I'm trying to get my shit right. Or, just your sound, bro. What kind of sound you using, bro? I'm trying to figure it out. My microphone, I'm trying to, they'll just go without. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And when one question could have changed the whole trajectory of what it is that you was trying to accomplish or got you there a little bit faster. So yeah, no, that's a hell of a trait to have. Don't curve that at all. Let her ask as many as she want to ask, because the people who ask questions, they the ones who get to the destinations fastest, bro. And that's
Mhm.
real.
Mhm. Exactly. I like to think of myself as like a more creative parent, right?
Mhm.
Somebody who try to think outside the box, uh, try to definitely understand different perspectives and stuff like that. Because I know as I grew up, it was more so a traditional. My mom just wanted me to get good grades,
Right.
regardless of just wanted me to get good grades because that's all she knew. Get A's and B's, you'll be all right. And I'm a much different parent because I know when I was young, I just didn't like school. I wasn't interested in me. I was smart, you know. I could do a lot of things without actually having to do what other people had to do to be able to perform. But I just didn't like school. So I take that, when it comes to raising my kids, like I understand the different strengths of my kids. My daughters never going to. They don't even need conferences. Like they
Mhm.
teachers be like, yeah, we might as well not even like. They're amazing. Like we don't even gotta do nothing to talk. I don't gotta talk to you. They help out all the other kids and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Whereas like my son, he's like, yo, I don't like school. And his mom will be upset at him for saying stuff like that. And I'll be like, he don't like school. That's what it is. No,
Kept
you
it
gotta
real.
get through it. You gotta get through it, right? But you don't like school, that's cool. You just gotta, it's just something that you have to take care of. But I want to nurture all of the things that I see in him that are great. So
Mhm.
my son's a good artist, you know. He loves to draw. He draws so much he try to, he want to do it in class. Now you can't do it then. You can only do it when it's time to do it. But you know, I'm gonna put you in every extracurricular art class that I can.
Right.
You know, anything that I notice inside of you that I think I can nurture, we gonna do it because a lot of our parents couldn't think outside the box. It just wasn't how they was raised. But it's so many opportunities and so many different things and places in this world that you can go besides the typical ways to go, you know. So I just make sure that I try to be that type of parent.
Yeah, I mean, I would venture to say the typical ways are kind of antiquated in this era. Um, you can get rich faster on social media than you can on the workforce. That's just
Hmm.
honest, you know what I mean? You gotta think growing up, we used to play the game all day long, man. NBA Live back then, before 2K was even here, all day long. And your parents be like, man, get off that game, go outside. I wouldn't dare tell my kid to get off that game today. If that's what you
Hmm.
like, that's what you value. Hey, hold on, I'm gonna buy you a gaming chair. I'm gonna get you a setup. Let's get this shit situated. If you passionate about it and this what you want to do, I'm all for it. Because you fuck around, your kid be 16, 17 with 200,000 in the bank because they like playing games and different things like that. So yeah, nah, it's all about fostering what it is that they want to do. Now, of course, we step in and course correct when if we feel like you in danger or if it's something, you know what I mean, that's
Hmm.
real pivotal that can happen to you in a negative way. But just because we don't understand it, don't mean we step on it. And that's what a lot of parents in our generation and generations before did. It wasn't necessarily that they didn't want you to be happy. It's just they had a real minuscule view of what success was. But today, man, it's so many ways to get to it today, bro. Like if
Yeah,
if somebody broke today, it's by choice.
yeah,
I honestly feel that way, brother. It's so many different ways to get money, bro.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from getting no money.
Ever.
So that's a fact. Did you did you have a strong father?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. To this day, it's still in my life. Shit, we just had lunch yesterday.
Nice.
Catching up with me, man, and just making sure that my head is on the way it need to be on. He a lot like me. He just more mellow and more chill.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, he done yeah, he was pivotal, bro. Pivotal in my decision making and how I move in the world.
How do you think you would how do you think your life would be if you didn't have your particular father?
I'll be locked up.
Mm, just straight
No,
like that.
no question about it. No question about it. I'll be locked up.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. Um man, fathers are important, you know. Um I know me myself, I wouldn't say I had a strong father at
Mhm,
all. I wouldn't even say my dad told me what not to do. But I guess I think I'm extremely lucky, you
mhm,
know. I think I got to a certain age and well I think I was always perceptive, right? So
mhm.
I like psychology, whether I knew that formally or not. But everywhere I go, everywhere I'm at, I'm studying everything and everybody. And that just goes into my assessments and how I move.
Right.
So even though I made certain mistakes, it was just always something inside of me that learned from them, you know. And I I think I became a man. I think I had two transitions. At 24, I had a small transition, and then at like 27, 28, I did it again.
Mm.
And I'm just lucky. There's not no men in my life that I can say taught me this, or I got it from, or I can't say my mom, but I think I'm extremely lucky to have whatever I was watching, whatever I started picking up from the world. I'm glad with where I'm at as far as the way that I think and the way I view the world, stuff like that.
Hey
You
man,
know.
the more open minded you are, bro, the more easier that path to success is. Like I say, it's
Mhm.
about creating that environment for you to be open minded or for your kid to be open minded because it's a lot of stuff, man. A lot of kids grow up, man, in rough ass situations, bro. Rough households to where they can't even think outside of the box in order to be creative or to get a different perspective on what life could be and different things like that. Even us growing up, man, we didn't know no doctors in our neighborhood. We didn't know no lawyers. We didn't know no you know what I mean? People with all these different career fields. I left where I'm from and went to a totally different city and went to college. I was the first one in my family to graduate in college, go to
Mm.
college and graduate and all of these things. So it's like without that knowledge, I would have been small minded too. You know what I mean? And that's why I can't necessarily judge people, but I just want people to venture out of their comfort zone, man, and just go experience different things, even if it's traveling or whatever the case may be, because it'll change your whole outlook on life. You know, when we was growing up, we thought it was three paths to success, bro. It was gonna be drug dealing, rapping, or going to the refinery. No, I lied, four, or playing sports.
Yeah.
Those four things. That's what we deemed as success. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I left and went to college, and that's when I started figuring out, damn, okay, they got, accountants out here making all of this money. They got, welders, certification. I forget it. Look, plumbing making all of this money, and we just career fields we never seen or we never even thought of. You know what I mean? And yeah, that shit is pivotal. You want to create an environment for your kid to be able to think creative and not necessarily
Yeah.
be in survival mode all the time to where you tunnel vision or whatever the case. But yeah, no, that's pivotal right there.
Yeah. I know I can't even me personally, I can't imagine not being so heavily involved in my kids' lives. Like it gives me anxiety to even think about it. You know,
Mhm.
not like I don't know how I feel about letting you go to your mom's house for the full summer. It just
Right.
sound crazy that for me to not be around you for that long. It's like I don't know what can happen, what can, these type of things. And just kind of like when people say, "Oh yeah, I get the kid half the year, the other parent get the kid half the year," I'd be like, I can't imagine. That's a long time. That is a long
Right.
time, man, to not be with your dad.
That right there is what you call solid parenting right there, brother. You got people who
Mm.
don't care about being away from their kids for years at a time, months
Mm.
at a time, all type of shit. Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine that either. Ain't no way.
No. Mm-mm. All right, let's. I want to talk to you about. Do you think that you consider yourself to be romantic?
Mm, no, not as much as I should be. No,
Okay,
I
so
think
you
I
say
got a lot of work to do in that area.
not as much as I should be is an interesting answer
Mm,
because that means that it was a self-reflective answer.
right.
It means that you thought about it and you're like, you know what, I could be more romantic, or I want to be more romantic. What makes
Yeah.
you say
Mm,
that?
I think that my mindset is not different than most men. I think most men think grandioso is romantic when in reality it's the little things. You know what I mean? You'll have your woman to explain that to you, and then you'll still try to go out there and spend all this money on the trip or all this money on the bag or all this money on whatever the case may be. And that's what we deem as being romantic or but it's like, nah, it's the little things. It's handwritten notes. It's, intentional time set aside. It's the gift being reflective of some personal story from her childhood that she told you. It's little things. It don't necessarily cost her. You ain't got to go out there and spend $5,000 to show your romance or whatever the case may be. It's just about being tapped into what the little things are. And I think men, a lot of times, we so finish line oriented in comparison to women who are like hypersensitive to immediate detail, and that's where we miss each other. But I think if we can be a little more like in tune with that type of thing, then we'll be as romantic as we could be because it's in us. But it's not a thing that we just come equipped with as men. You know what I mean? Men come equipped with knowing how to hustle or knowing how to do this or whatever the case may be. But being just romantic, nah, that take real thought, that take real effort, that take real attention to detail that a lot of men
Yeah.
don't have, you know.
Yeah. What is to you, what is intimacy to you?
Safety. I think intimacy is safety. It's the environment you create that invokes like a sense of freedom to just be as expressive as I want to be locked into the moment. Or intimacy is a vulnerable conversation. Intimacy is grabbing your girl hand when y'all walking down the street. It's simple things, but it's a safety. It's creating a safe environment for not only her but you too to be as expressive as you want to be without fear of judgment or without fear of looking at each other differently or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's what I deem it as. A lot of people think intimacy is just sex or it's something sex related. Nah,
Mhm.
it's a safety piece more so than that to me.
Yeah, I guess I'm responding to both of the things that I asked you. I know for me, I would consider myself to be a more romantic guy. But
Mhm.
even though like people might come to my page and be like, "Oh, he's extremely romantic" or whatever, I'll fall short just like everybody else, you know.
Mhm.
Um, it's I get the moments where I'm like, "Damn, I ain't, we ain't do nothing in a minute," and I kind of gotta recalibrate and let's go find a comedy show, or let's go do this, let's go drive to Baltimore and get some crabs,
Right.
like I think we all kind of got to sit down and self-reflect, like, how kind of have I been doing recently? We get busy, things like that. Want to make sure that we kind of like, taking the time. And I don't want to compare women to dogs, right, at all.
Mm.
But for some reason in my mind, I just kind of feel like it's like taking them for a walk. Like, like I don't but it's not I don't want to
I see
compare
the
them to
vision. I see what
dogs.
you mean.
Yeah, like you gotta take your girl for a walk. Like, yo, they like to be out sometimes. They like to like
Yeah.
and I know as men a lot of times we're simple, you
Mhm.
know. We just like listen, we can love on each other in this house, baby. Like we can love on each other on this couch. But it's like, nah, she wanna go out, she wanna get cute, she wanna feel pretty. She wanna, that's their vibes. They like to do that. So I think
Yeah.
we definitely gotta prioritize it.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of men mistake the fact that, hey, look at this. Um, Mistake the fact that the things gotten from my hustle is gonna be able to substitute for that. Like she know that I'm
Mhm.
out here getting money. She know I'm grinding. We in a nice house, ain't we? Like we driving a nice car, ain't we? Like you got designer clothes in that closet, don't you? That should be enough to show you how much I care. And it's like, nah, just going back to that take your dog for a walk analogy you using. I think that's pivotal, but it's just about being intentional. Even if y'all is doing something at the house, you say, "Look, baby, let's goddamn, we gonna have a movie night here. We gonna set up all the pillars and put the covers over the. We gonna, you know what I mean, create a little tent and cook something,
Mhm.
and we just the thought and just the intention and just the fact that you had the wherewithal to like, okay, this is set aside time for us
Yeah.
to do what it is that we doing. It ain't always about spending a lot of money. It ain't always about going to that restaurant and spending $400 or $500, bro. You can create the same type of experience, sometimes even a better one, when y'all locked in the way that y'all need to be locked in at the house. But it's just about intention. It's like, is that set aside time carved out? It's not, hey, we both got off work, we both sitting on the couch, we here. This is quality time. No, 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 no. That's not intentional. You didn't go into it with a mindset of her when you was creating it. And that's all they be wanting for real. If you could master that, they'll give you a lot of grace for the other things that you fall short on for sure.
Yeah. Um, and in regards to intimacy, right? I know I consider myself to be a person that is in search of the highest level of intimacy with my woman, right?
Mhm.
Whatever that is, like give that to me. Um, I think intimacy is exactly everything that you said. Is vulnerability. It's like those are the things that I cherish the most and that I appreciate the most about her.
Mhm.
Is like I feel the best when her most vulnerable with me. Which
Mm.
is like if somebody asks me what's the favorite thing to do, my favorite part of the day or whatever when it comes to my woman, I'm gonna tell them bedtime.
Mm.
Like it literally is just something about that feeling of being in bed together. I don't care if you on your phone or whatever. Like when it's time to go to bed and y'all, you know, you turn that lamp off and you turn and you hold each other. There's something about that feeling that I don't. It's hard to get that anywhere else. Like that feeling is like addictive to me. It's my favorite. It's my favorite part of the day, man.
Right.
And I know like you don't do too much talking because it's bedtime. You turn around, you go to sleep, but like it's so powerful to me that it's like my
You
favorite
do a
part.
lot of talking. It's just not verbal.
Mm,
But you saying a lot in those
yeah,
moments. A lot.
mm, yeah. It's heavy. Like what I'm one of those guys who like I really like a lot of guys say they like their women natural. I really like my woman natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to have a who like they woman natural battle, like niggas, like we can do that. I promise you, you don't like your woman natural. So I like my woman. I'm gonna keep it a buck, like
Right.
like she ain't gotta shave nothing. Like what
Yeah.
God gave you is how I want you how God made you. It's for real, you know. So like that's because, and I think that way because I'm in search of the highest level of intimacy, and I think that's
Yeah.
intimacy, you know.
I agree. I agree 100%, man. I think that's something we all need to focus on more as men. If I'm not, if I'm being frank, so I think that's gonna be the way to make that bond between us closer, just as a gender for one. But like I say, it's that safety piece. A lot of women don't feel safe with us, man. You got women who've been in a relationship with a dude 5, 10 years and don't feel safe
Mm,
because he's not creating that type of environment. You always got to looking over his shoulder. You always got to worried about another chick coming to her, or he saying things and not delivering and different things like that. But it's like once that safety piece is created, which starts from what you talking about, something simple as literally getting in the bed at the end of the night, holding you close to me, squeezing you tight, like you're saying a lot in that moment. It's like
mm.
I got you. You know what I mean? I'm here. I got you. And I think that's gonna be the first step in, building those bonds as strong as they need to be, man, so we can get this thing right as a community, first and foremost.
Yeah, I got a video I'm gonna do tomorrow. It's crazy. I think all the videos that I'm gonna do, I think they all gonna be like home runs. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Um, cause like, and I'm pretty like when I go on your page, all that shit is home runs too. Because and the shit is so easy, it's so simple, bro. Like
Right.
it's so you just saying what you think, but it's like, yo, this shit is thorough. Like I want to do a video tomorrow, and I just essentially want to talk about a story of like leadership and how one time me and my girl we disagreed on something. We had a disagreement in the car,
Mhm.
and towards the end of the disagreement, I told her to give me a kiss, and she said she told me no. Um, and like she know me, I don't really don't the word no is not like
Right.
because as a leader, it's not. I don't like that word, right?
Mhm.
And she know that. But after she pretty much said no, I'm like, all right, we gonna talk about this later, right? I'm gonna give some grace with it. We had the conversation later on, and she told me that. Um, and the reason that I'm not big on the word no is because I give so little demands, right? I'm so graceful when it comes to the way I lead. That when
Right.
I do have something, I'm saying something for a reason, So we had the conversation, and she felt like in that moment, if she would have given me a kiss like I told her to, that she would have been conceding to the argument or whatever we were talking about, right?
Right.
And that was the reason that she didn't want to give me a kiss. And I had to explain to her the reason that I asked you for a kiss is because I want you to know and understand that no matter what we talk about, no
There
matter
you
what
go.
we go through, no whatever disagreement, I love you and I'm not going nowhere and you're not going nowhere and we're going to be here, right? We can go through whatever and at the end of it, give me a kiss, you know? And I explained to her that was the rationale, like that's my thought process because as a leader, it's my job to keep us connected, you know? And that was just kind of like a lesson for her of I really gotta trust him. Like he
Mhm.
has my best interest at heart. He's not going to tell me something that's selfish. That's just gotta like going to get his shit off or something like that. So that was just kind of like it was an example of that for her. And we go through these type of times in our relationships where you kind of like you're building up that level of trust and that level of security when it comes to being a leader. You got to
Right.
build up a certain level of um uh whatever word I'm trying to reserves, let's say that, a certain
Right. Right.
level of, you got to build up, that stack. So I don't know what do you think about that.
I agree. I agree. I think moments like that is that's what make a successful relationship, a successful long term relationship. You talk to any older couple who done been together and got real time in the game, and they'll probably explain situations that are similar to that. Because what that says is it don't matter what we going through, it's never me versus you. Never. It's always us versus whatever it is, whatever the problem is, or whatever it is that we're dealing with at the time. But it's never me versus you. I don't look at you like an enemy. Even when I'm mad at you, I still got your best interests in mind.
Mhm.
Even when I'm saying stuff that you don't want to hear, I'm not saying it to hurt you. It's not a malicious thing. I got your best interests in mind because I know this is going to get us from point A to point B the fastest. You may not understand it. Even after I sit you down and try to explain it to you, you may not understand it. But as long as you know that my intentions are pure, then we can get through anything. And that's what that says in that moment, going back to the safety piece. So if that happens enough times, to whereas most women, when conflict comes or whatever the case may be, they mind be moving 100 miles an hour with negative thoughts and fears and being uncomfortable and all these things. To where in the future, that ain't gonna be the case. She gonna be able to compartmentalize this little disagreement we had and be more willing to do it because she feels safe. She don't feel like her spot is in jeopardy. She don't feel like you checking out or you trying to, you know what I mean? So all of these things are the utmost importance, and those are the critical things that's gonna have you married for 40, 50
Yeah,
years. You understand? So yeah, no, that's honorable to the 10th degree.
appreciate that. When it come to relationships, it's like it's a lot of talk about, oh, how long before you should do this and how long before you should do that.
Mm.
You got some people who say a man should be proposing to you within 6 months to a year, or he should know and all that type of stuff. Like, what's your take on that type of talk?
Um, man, that is so much nuance to it. But I do think, men, it don't take us long to figure out what your potential is.
Mm,
Now, in terms of whether or not you'll be a good wife, it's some due diligence that got to be done in regard to that. I need to know upbringing. I need to see you in every season. I need to know how you handle conflict resolution. I need to know, how open your ears are to external factors and things of that nature. And those things take time for me to get the information that I need to make that type of decision. But in terms of, just being exclusive or getting into a regular relationship, I don't think it take men that long at all. I think after 6 months, if you questioning what y'all are, I think the question is answered.
mm,
I think that, confusion is an answer. That's how I
mhm.
feel. Because if I
Yeah,
like you and we've been rocking and talking on a frequent fashion for 6 months, you're gonna know exactly how I feel about you. You know what I mean? It's
mhm.
because I didn't have enough time to at least do that much due diligence. Now, marriage, that's something totally different. Like I said, we got to do real background checks, like you trying to get a government job, or like you trying to apply
Yeah.
to the police force. That's the type of due diligence that I feel like is necessary for that type of thing, because marriage is such a serious thing with real consequences, especially for men if it goes wrong.
Oh,
So
keep talking. Let
yeah.
me fix my battery. 1 second.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that that's the issue with a lot of situations, man. It's not enough due diligence that happens, bro. Like when we talking about vetting a woman for marriage, it can't be just the fact that she look good. Can't be just the fact that she got a fat ass. Can't be just the fact that the sex is great and things of that nature. No, no, no. I need to know, how did you grow up? I need to know, what type of marriage did your parents have? I need to know, like, what type of relationship did your grandparents had? Like, what type of, your sister and her man, what's the dynamics of their relationship? Was it intimacy involved back in the day? How was the conflict resolution? Was they yelling at each other in the house? Was they throwing blows? Was like police called and all of these things? Because all of these are pivotal pictures that have been downloaded to your mind. And I need to know these things, because when we run into these situations, your instinct is gonna have you react the same way you seen, even if you grew up saying, "Ah, that right there never be me." But what done been programmed and what done been ingrained in you, that's what you gonna do when you under pressure. You understand? It's just like a basketball analogy. I've been working on that left hand all summer. All summer, I've been working on that left hand in drills. But then when I get in that game, when the season started, niggas start trapping, and it's real defense being played and things of that nature. I'm going right back to that right hand because I'm not comfortable enough yet with that left. My instinct is gonna take over in that moment. And it's the same thing in relationships. The toxic shit that you try so hard to get away from, that been programmed into you, when tribulation come, that's what you're gonna resort to automatically. So I need to do that due diligence so I know what you're gonna resort to. How did you grow up? What's your idea of intimacy? Was it PDA going on in the household? Like all of these things, like a real deep dive into who this person is before I know, okay, she'll make a good wife. And that's how I feel like that should be conducted.
You know, I agree with you. Like I'm one of those people who do think that living with each other before you get married is beneficial, right? I know how some people look at it. No, let me give a distinction. If you broke, it might be a bad thing because you might start to just build it might be a thing. Well, I'm just staying with you because we gotta we need somewhere to stay. So that's different. But I think that if you got your stuff together, I think it can be a beneficial thing. Living with each other, you really get to see that person in an intimate way, and you really get to know, is this person for you, and if this is something that you can fight through, if this is something that y'all can get together and all that type of stuff. And it's like on a 1-year lease, test it out, see what it's like. It don't gotta be that long. If you're not broke, and if y'all good character, like, all right, well, we can split. I take the apartment, you do this, like, figure it out. But I think that it's such an easy thing to do, as a way to really see if you're compatible and if this is something that you want to do. I don't know what you think about it.
That should be a prerequisite to marriage. That should be required in my opinion. Now, when possibly like when y'all get engaged or something like that, then. But I think people shouldn't be able to get married until they live with each other, because that's just real. Like it's certain habits that you just won't be privy to unless you waking up and going to sleep to them every day. Thing about living with each other is that it ain't no prep time. It's another reason why I don't believe in long distance relationships.
Okay.
Because it's too much prep time for me to craft the image that I want you to see. But when I'm going to sleep and waking up to you every single day, it ain't nowhere to hide. It ain't no prep time. I got to see the good. I got to see the bad. I got to see the ugly in you. And I got to see you in all seasons. I got to see you when you sad. I got to see you when when you ain't getting along with your family, or how you handling that conflict resolution with your friends, and us getting into it. We done got into an argument earlier, but we got to come back to the same house, come back to the same bed. I need to see how you move in those situations. You ain't got the opportunity. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my house. You go back to yours. We don't talk for a couple of days and then come back. No. We got to work it out in real time under the same roof. So yeah, no, I think that should be prerequisite. I think that should be required before people gets married.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I get all the people who might be religious. I can't tell y'all what to do.
Right.
Or the other people who kind of think, like, some women think that they under the impression that if you move together, they're going to be giving you something that you would have been in search for if y'all got married. And I guess it depends on the disposition of the man, but like, I've never been in a position where us moving in together was like, yes, I got like free labor, or I got like somebody to cook me food. Like, what? Like, I can cook, like, I can cook my food myself. I can clean my house myself. I don't have to pay for another individual. I don't gotta feel like I got somebody who I'm paying a bit. Like, this whole like idea that don't give them that yet, don't give them that. Like, shorty, I'm not. That's what are you talking about?
And it's cap
No.
because even before y'all move in with each other, she at your crib every day anyway. And you at her crib every day anyway. So all this giving, let's just keep it real. I think most women give so much to a man before he deserves it that jumping the broom becomes a formality instead of what I'm actually gaining from it. I think that's part of what's wrong with society today. There's no incentive for a man to get married because I'm getting everything that I would get from married you before we even exclusive. I got free access to your body. I can call you whenever I want to. I can pull up to your crib. You cooking for me. You coming to my crib. You cleaning up. You doing all of these things before we even become exclusive, let alone become married. So that's why I say you talking about don't get that to him. You done gave me everything else. What the hell is the difference between us going to bed together and being up under the same roof when you at my crib every day anyway? So it's like, nah, bro, we got to be sensible about it. Now, just like you said about the religion, that's something different. But I'm talking about just in general, nah, that gotta be a requirement, bro. I gotta see it. I got to see it all
Yeah.
if I'm gonna make this investment. Because, like I said, you ask most women, bro, what you saving for your man for marriage? Ask any chick in a relationship today. Next time you talk to a just random girl or whatever, but make sure she got a boyfriend already. But ask her, be like, hey man, what you saving for bro into marriage? Like, what do you got to look forward to when it's gonna be a hard fucking question to answer. I tell you that.
Yeah. That's funny.
Most times, my motherfucker got kids already. Sex is there, cooking is happening. All of these things. It's like, bro, I ain't got nothing to look forward to when I get married, except the risk that I'm gonna take on. That's the reality. That's why the vetting got to be where it need to be, and we need to bring the courting process back.
Yeah,
because it ain't no real courting going on, bro. You be done met a chick today on social media and be at a crib the same night. That's how this shit go, bro.
I know. For me, I'm one of those people where I think that if a woman used that advice on me of like, oh, don't give him this, don't give him that until y'all get married, like oftentimes with me it just wouldn't work out because the way that I give, I just want to give, like of course there's a gradual how much you give, with each other, right? I don't think that a man that's not your husband should be paying your bills. Now, if y'all live together, it's a different conversation, the way that y'all, discuss that. But I do think that gradual things are important. Like, I know for me, at a certain point with my woman, when she was just my girlfriend, at a certain point, I wanted to take over responsibility of her car. Like, I'll take care of your oil changes. I take care of this. You don't have to call your dad. I'm gonna check this and I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna make sure that your car is straight, right? And then after a certain point, like I just wanted to be the person that you call when you something is going on. Like you get into an accident, call my phone. I want to be there, stuff like that. That's when I knew I was serious. But I think that it's like a gradual amount of investment that you give until you actually start to live together, and then you get married. I think then the investment it boosts. But I do hear a lot of people being real stingy with the investment because they might have got burnt one time. And I know for me, I know I'm ready to invest because like my woman could cheat on me now, God forbid, right? Cheat on me now. We split. I'm not going to go to the next woman and be like, listen, man, I just want to go Dutch because I didn't spend so much money in my last woman. I just don't want nobody to kind of take advantage of me. Like, no, I'm gonna be the same guy that I am. Now my vetting process might change. I might make sure that you are the person I want to do this for, but I'm not about to give the next woman half of me, because of this certain situation.
I agree with that 100%. I think you got to show up to the relationship how you show up. This is what it is. It's about picking somebody worthy for how you show up. But unfortunately, we be showing up how we show up and dealing with people who aren't worthy of it, and that's why we get burned. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to hold nothing back. Like we are very grown. I'm 36 years old. Hypothetically speaking, if I'm single tomorrow, I'm 36 years old. I ain't got time to be playing games, and I'm gonna give a little bit, but I don't want to get too much because I want you to feel. I need you to, get you too comfortable. I need to maintain leverage. I'm grown, bro. This how I'm showing up. You know what I mean? We going out on dates. We doing this. I ain't even worried about the type of money and none of that, because for one, I'm not even dating a woman who broke. That's not my preference. You understand? So that money is out the way right out the gate. So you got paper, I got paper. It's just about us just getting together and just having fun, man. It don't even matter who paying. It don't matter whatever. Even when we get married and move in together, we both making money. Or even if you decide you don't want to work no more, I'm making enough money to cover it. Nah, it's gonna be based on the right thing. But I'm not sacrificing who I am because now I'm walking into a relationship with a mask on. This ain't me. I'm trying to hold something back because I'm hurt or because this, that, and third. So I'm not doing you. I'm asking you to give all of you, but I ain't giving all of me. That's not fair. So if you that hurt to where you feel like you gotta show up to the relationship as a different person, it's time to sit your ass on the sideline and heal.
Yeah. I knew for me, I was in my past, I was very like quick to leave situations. I had an abundance mindset, and I was just ready to. You play with me, I'm out. You do one thing wrong, I'm out. Um, and in my current relationship, once I got to a point where I knew that like you can be my you can be my actual girlfriend, like you can be my woman, right?
Mm.
I wanted to kind of assure her that that's not going to be an issue. Her kind of feeling like she had to walk on thin ice and things like that. I knew that once by the time I asked you to be my girlfriend, I knew that I wanted to work through problems with you, which was something that I never got to, kind of in my past.
Right.
But it's kind of like was something I started to implement, you know.
Growth, bro. It's progression. That's how it looks.
Yeah, yeah. Um, when you were, what made you like at 27? Like, what made you be like, yo, this is, this is it for me?
Man, me and my lady, we got so much history, bro. So we basically grew up together. We got together when we
Mm,
was grown, but we grew up together. Like she from my city, like she from where I'm from. So
okay.
I got to watch her turn into the woman that she became, or turn into the woman that I would marry. You know what I mean? So when it came to that decision, it was very easy. I had my mind made up already. It was just a matter of, like I said, doing that due diligence and then me getting in the right position to be able to take care of the family. Because that's what I'm kind of old school in that way. Like I think a man's job, is to cover the family, cover, you need to be in a position financially. Is why I put the video out the other day. I don't feel like men should date when they broke. It's because for one, our
Mm,
mind don't work right when our money ain't right. That's just real. So it's like I wanted to get in a position to where I could be able to take care of everything that I was signing up for. And once that happened, then we got it done. You know what I mean? But yeah, as far as what was the deciding factor, bro, is because I didn't. I knew who I was walking into it with because I
mm.
watched her grow from a kid into the woman she is today.
If you were, if you were the same person you were at 27 today, uh, what would your relationship be?
Hmm. Like what's the VH1 reality shows? It'd be messy, bro. It was chaotic early on, man. It was a lot of wasn't a lot of good communication going on. There was a lot of ego, and it was a whole lot of like one foot in, one foot out type of situation going on from both sides. I think it just wasn't ready all the way for what being in a marriage was. I tell people all the time the first year of my marriage was the roughest year of our relationship because it's like once you walk down that aisle and it's like you're signing up for something totally different, but you don't think that way as a man. You think, okay, this is just a formality. This is a continuation of what we already been doing, except we just got rings on our finger now. And it's like, nah, that ain't that. So it's like
Mm,
that was a real adjustment period for me, bro. Like to realize the weight of what it is that I was signing up for. And yeah, it was rough. But
mm,
to her credit, you know what I mean? She hung in there. We hung in there. We sat down at that table and had a lot of hard and uncomfortable conversations, bro.
mm,
And got to the bottom of it. And after that, man, we was rocking. You know what I mean? But that first year was rough though, for sure.
mm. I feel like if me or my lady was the people that we were when we met, we wouldn't be in a relationship right now.
Mm.
Just weren't mature enough. Like, like I think our growth, was necessary.
Hmm.
Like me growing to who I am, her growing to who she is. It was as absolutely necessary that we, it's just part of the process. Um, I don't want to hold you too long, but I got some questions I want to close out with. That I think they might challenge you a little bit to think.
All right,
See
let's
what we
do
got
it.
here. Okay. Um. Um. What's a fear that you carry into relationships, even now with the growth that you've had, if anything?
um, what's a current fear that I have about relationships now?
Yeah, yeah, if any.
Um, that I don't set a good enough example and don't accomplish enough that when I'm gone, my daughter life and my wife life not made easier from me
Mm,
being here. I want to set it up so much so to where even when I'm gone, she'll know enough to be able to keep the ship running. So I fear that I don't set a good enough example and be as impactful as I should be as a man to really teach her what I need to teach her, teach my daughter what I need to teach her, and that way when I leave or when I'm gone, God forbid, that she'll be able to keep the ship running. That's my fear. That I don't
okay.
prepare them properly for that.
Mm. What's a relationship red flag that you used to think was a green flag when you were younger?
Feistiness. When I was younger, I thought that meant that you cared about me. You having, flying off the handle when I do things or whatever the case may be, or getting very emotional and your reaction and all that. I used to think that showed me how much you love me. You willing to act a fool. You willing to crash out. You willing to, but then, you get older and realize that that's just a defect in a maturation process. But back then, yeah, that was looked at as okay, she really ride for me. Okay, bet.
Mm,
You know what I mean? But that's toxic as
okay.
hell, man. It just is.
What's one thing that your partner does that instantly makes you laugh every time?
Imitate me. She love to imitate me, man. Down to my mannerisms, to my lingo, how I move my hands when I talk, like all of that. She gets a real kick out of doing that shit. And it is
Mm,
hilarious every time. And she been around me so long, she know exactly how I would respond to things before. Like she could have sat in this chair and did this interview and would have gave every answer that I gave you today, probably
wow, you think so?
100%. Because everything that I done said online, she done heard me say a million times off of it. So it's just that's why people be asking like, how is it like hearing your man do his thing and she be like, he been saying this shit for years. This is new to y'all. I've been hearing
Yeah.
this shit for years.
They
So
say
yeah,
this
that
shit
but that
every
right there
day.
is hilarious, bro.
I'm the same way. Like I talk so much, man. Like all this stuff that I'm giving people on Instagram, like she get that every day, like
Right.
all day. Hmm.
I feel sorry for her low key because she be at the show listening. She just be here we go again. With this.
For the
Here we
thousandth
go.
time.
Mhm.
All right. What's one piece of advice from your father about love that you still carry today?
Man, my pop told me something one time, man, that I never forget. I think this the greatest advice that he ever gave me. He said, "You gonna work early or you gonna work late, but you gonna work if you want to be successful." And the way that he was using it was in the like, you can bust your ass and go to school and do the hard work and everything that you want to do now, so your life can be easier later, or you can bullshit and do what you want to do now, get in trouble, do all these things, and then you're gonna be working hard at 80, 90. But he used that same analogy for relationships. So
Hmm.
either you get to the bottom of what you need to get to the bottom of in terms of the due diligence and the communications and all of these things, so shit can be easier later, or you can ignore those red flags and just embark upon a relationship, and then you get divorced and you got to give up half your shit and lose your kids and lose your lifestyle and lose your routine because you didn't want to do the work. You're gonna do the work. You're gonna do the hard work, whether you do it early or whether you do it late. It will behoove you to do it early. And that was some real shit. Shout out to Pops, man.
That's heavy. All right, this is my last question for you. 10 years from now, what do you hope people say has changed about you? Not your business, not your platform, just you as a man.
I would hope they say that I done step more into a leadership role in terms of within the community. I don't think that I'm as galvanizing as I should be as a person. I think it's a lot of people that look up to me. It's a lot of people that call me for advice or different things like that. And I always give it to them, or, I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it and things of that nature. But hopefully in 10 years, I'll be done reached out and set up a network so where I can teach a lot of people the game that I know and certain things, whether it's business, whether it's life, or whether it's this, whether it's that. But I could set up something that I could really help a lot of people and I could take a leadership role in that. I think most of my life, I've shied away from leadership. I just always, I wasn't interested in anybody else's outcome aside from mine. So you understand? And that's a gift and a curse. It's a gift because I never was a follower. Like even around the neighborhood, certain shit they be doing, I'd be like, nah, I'm not doing that. But look, they had enough respect for me to where, it wasn't no issues with that. You understand? But it's like I was always a thinker, I'm gonna go my own way. I'm gonna go to college, even though nobody from my neighborhood done been. I'm gonna goddamn get into social media and start making these videos, even though niggas in the hood looking at me like, bro, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm gonna go my own way. But oftentimes when I went my own way, I was successful and people wanted to follow me. But I never gave people the opportunity to do that. I would kind of be, I'm very insulated. I'm very closed off. You ain't gonna see me out with a bunch of different people and stuff like that. Most times you see me outside is me and my old lady or me and my boy O. You know what I mean? It's that, and in 10 years, hopefully I done built a community. Hopefully I done been, took a leadership role in galvanizing the people who really respect me.
Yeah. Good answer.
Appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate you coming on and, kind of chopping it up with me, man.
So appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, man. Listen, I'm gonna give you my number just in case you ever need me and need anything. You ever happen to be in Philly,
Right.
definitely hit me up, I'll show you around, whatever. I don't know if you're familiar with the area or anything like that, man. But I appreciate you coming through. I think we have a lot of similarities in the way that we think, a lot of overlap. Man, and it's just I enjoy having that conversation,
Likewise, brother. Like I say, I appreciate you having me. I'm proud of what you done built. And I say you was a man of your word in terms of you said when I'm gonna reach out to you when this shit doing what it's supposed to be doing, and you did that, and you done built it up into something that's reputable, something that's honorable. So I salute that. And like I said, I'm here for you, bro. Any questions you got or any information you need or whatever, hit me up. You know what I mean? It's been a hell of a conversation. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm gonna be in Philly for sure because we're about to get back on the road and go on tour in September. So when I'm out there, I'm gonna hit you up, man. You gotta pop out to one of the shows, man. Bring the old lady, man. I'll take care of y'all VIP and everything, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Absolutely, man. I let her check you out in person.
For sure.
See you do your thing up there.
So there's nothing like it, bro. Philly, one of the big markets too. So that's gonna be a 4,000, 5,000 situation in there for sure.
Oh, heavy. Okay. Well, yeah, man. I can't wait, man. But I'm gonna let you go. Let you get to your old lady and your baby girl. But yeah, man. I'm gonna DM you my number right now, man. In fact, just so you got
All
it.
right.
And I'm gonna play my closeout music because I be making I got my own little show music and all that.
Gotcha.
Play my closeout music, man. I hope you enjoy it.
Nah, say no more. Appreciate you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. All right. So that's a wrap, y'all. We about to y'all know I gotta play my song, what it's called, Baccarat. That's my favorite. That's my favorite song. The joint I made for my girl. It's my favorite song. So we about to play that on the closeout. But I appreciate all y'all coming. Everybody who come every time I do one of these lives, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm doing one tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'm about to figure it. I got to look. But I'm definitely doing something tomorrow. So, definitely stay tuned. Pull up on me. And I appreciate y'all, man.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
Tell me where you might go.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you? I really
Wanna know you. Come and talk to me.
come and talk to me. You ain't gotta.
Hide from me. No.
I really wanna meet you.
Can I talk to you? Come and talk to me.
I really wanna know you.
I really wanna be yours. Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
I can feel your energy.
So deep. Can I talk to you?
I really wanna know you.
Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. I really wanna know your heart.
Your heart, come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
Tell me what you've been through.
Can I talk to you? I really wanna know you. Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
You can put your trust in me.
I really wanna meet you.
Can I talk to you? Come and talk to me. I really wanna know you.
I really wanna hear you speak.
Speak to me. Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
I can feel your energy.
So sweet. Can I talk to you? I really wanna know you. Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me.
I really wanna be your peace.
Your peace.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you. Come and talk to me.
Tell me where your mind go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you?
I really wanna know you.
Come and talk to me.
Yeah.
Come and talk to me.
You ain't gotta hide from me, no.
I really wanna meet you.
Can I talk to you?
Come and talk to me.
you.
Come and talk to me.
I can feel your energy
So deep.
Can I talk to you?
I really wanna know you.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me. I really wanna know your heart.
Your heart. Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me. Tell me what you've been through, yeah.
Yeah. Can I talk to you? I really wanna know you.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
You can put your trust in me.
In me.
I really wanna meet you.
Can I talk to you? Come and talk to me. I really wanna know you.
I really wanna hear you speak.
Speak to me. Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna meet you.
Come and talk to me.
I can feel your energy
So sweet.
Can I talk to you? I really wanna know you.
Come and talk to me.
Come and talk to me.
I really wanna be your peace, 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 your Come and talk.
I like you raw, no edit, no lace. Your morning bread still fits your face. The things you hide, I hold them close. The things you feel, I want the most. My 6-foot Amazon, you stand like gold. I ice your hand, then let it glow. I know your cycle by heart, by week. I know your moves before you speak. You make me proud just walking in. Slim black dress and that soft grin. Don't change for me. I like the truth, the real you. Pulls me through, don't shower, baby. Let it stay on you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. I'm yours, baby. Mark your territory. Ooh, I'm yours, baby. That's my glory. Ooh, ooh. You my Baccarat rouge. Stick on my skin. You my Baccarat rouge. I'm gone again. Yeah. You the prize, you the trophy too. When you're near me, I look good through you. Tinted windows, Range Rover glide. Late night rose with you by my side. I'm honored, baby, to love you right. To hold you down and guard your light. I love your flaws, I love your mess. The parts you hide, I love them best. I want my face to smell like you. It's not my face, it's yours now too. Mark my face, don't miss a spot. Say I'm yours, mean it lies for me. I like the truth, the real you. Pulls me through, don't shower, baby. Let it stay on you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. my baccarat rouge. I'm gonna get. Slow it down, let the room breathe. Say my name like you need me. Deep and out, syrup in my tone. Hold me close, you are my home. They should shine like morning gold. The energy warm in the cold. You light it up for everybody there. You walk in and the whole room cares. Territory, I'm yours, baby. That's my glory. You my baccarat rouge, stick on my skin. You my baccarat rouge, I'm gonna get my trophy girl. My reason why your light on me makes heads turn pie. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Fade me out. Fade me out. Ooh. I like you raw, no edit, no lace. Your morning bread still fits your face. The things you hide, I hold them close. The things you feel, I want the most. My 6 foot Amazon, you stand like gold. I ice your hand, then let it glow. I know you cycle by heart, by week. I know your moves before you speak. You make me proud just walking in. Slim black dress and that soft grin. Don't change for me. I like the truth, the real you. Pulls me through, don't shower, baby. Let it stay on you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. I'm yours, baby. Mark your territory. I'm yours, baby. That's my glory. You my baccarat rouge, stick on my skin. You my baccarat rouge, I'm gonna get. Yeah. You the prize, you the trophy too. When you're near me, I look good through you. Tinted windows, Range Rover glide. Late night roads with you by my side. I'm honored, baby, to love you right. To hold you down and guard your light. I love your flaws, I love your mess. The parts you hide, I love them best. I want my face to smell like you. It's not my face, it's yours now too. Mark my face, don't miss a spot. Say I'm yours, mean a lot. For me, I like the truth, the real you. Pulls me through, don't shower, baby. Let it stay on you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower, baby. Baby, mark your territory. I'm yours, baby. That's my glory. You my baccarat rouge, stick on my skin. You my baccarat rouge, I'm gonna get. Slow it down, let the room breathe. Say my name like you need me. Deeper now, syrup in my tone. Hold me close, you are my home. They just shine like morning gold. The energy warm in the cold. You light it up for everybody there. You walk in and the whole room cares. Territory, I'm yours, baby. That's my glory. You my Baccarat rouge, stick on my skin. You my Baccarat rouge, I'm gonna get my trophy girl. My reason why your light on me makes heads turn pie. I wanna taste the real you. Don't shower. I like you raw, no edit, no let. You and me, yeah, yeah. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Pull up slow in the V. Dark glass, just you and me. Slim black dress on your frame. Whole room froze at the same thing. One hand there on the wheel, one hand with attention bills. My city girl, that edge, LV never full on your leg. Leaning back while we drive, that look says stay right here. And on your inner thigh, you know what that does to me. When I'm around you, I'm never fooled. Still want one more kiss from you. You and me, sitting in my V. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. You and me, sitting in my V. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Lips so soft, I replay that scene. You and me, sitting in my V. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Hotel glow when we part, jewelry shine, no need for stars. You laugh low, then you lean in, like you know just what this is. Soft skin, slow touch, every word from you hits enough. I don't rush, I don't bluff, baby this feel dangerous and plush. Leaning back while we drive, that look says stay right here. And on your inner thigh, you know what that does to me. When I'm around you, I'm never fooled. Still want one more kiss from you. You and me, sitting in my feet. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. You and me, sitting in my feet. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Lips so soft, I replay that scene. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Now it's slower on my tongue, deeper tone, you feel it come. City blurs, the night turns silk. Your name stay warm in my mouth. When I'm around you, I'm never fooled. Still want that kiss, still want you close. You and me, sitting in my feet. and the bass fall out. Just your breath now.
You and me, sitting in my feet.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
You and me.